Five o'clock is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, the cleanup begins following Tropical Storm Alberto, and Biden and Trump prepare for next week's debate. Details ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few showers this afternoon, a high near 90. Tonight's low 73. Right now, 77 degrees. Well, South Texas residents are cleaning up after the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season drenched the region. Juan Martinez with Cameron County Emergency Management is one of several officials assessing beach erosion following the storm.
We'll photograph it, we document that. That way we know what it looked like prior to and then afterwards. So we can prove that we do have erosion.
The storm brought heavy rain and flooding to the Texas coast yesterday, triggering power outages and road closures across the region. At least 4 people were killed in Mexico as a result of the storm. And it's turning out to be a busy start to the Atlantic hurricane season.
Alberto has finished messing with Texas, but another storm is on the way, and it's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico. Experts say 2 storms are bad news because right now the ground is soaked.
Then if another storm comes in, it won't take much to produce flooding.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they are watching to see if Alberto sucked all the energy out of the Gulf, and that would make this second storm less intense. Right now, he says it has about a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. I'm Beth Myers, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
President Biden and former President Trump are set to meet on the debate stage as they hope to convince voters to support them in the presidential election in November. Fox's Kevin Cork has more on Decision 2024.
Presidents Biden and Trump set to make history on the 27th of June, first presidential debate between an incumbent and a former president. It'll also be the very first debate for the two men since 2020. Ahead of the big showdown, the president will retreat to Camp David for debate prep, while the former president will conduct a big rally over in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, over the weekend. And speaking of the former president, he'll also get the final word at the debate, while President Biden, who actually won the coin flip, will get to stand screen right by choice.
It is the earliest presidential debate in history and comes before Republicans and Democrats host their national conventions to announce their nominees. CNN is hosting next week's face-off. And the Supreme Court could rule on a major case that would impact Trump's legal battles. Here's Fox's Ryan Schmelz.
Prosecutors and former President Trump's legal team have been waiting since oral arguments in April to find out if the presumptive Republican nominee can use presidential immunity in his D.C. criminal case. The former president is on trial for allegedly trying to interfere with the transfer of power after the 2020 election. Prosecutors argue presidents have always been able to face criminal liability for decisions made while in office, while President Trump's legal team argues denying immunity would, quote, incapacitate every future president with de facto blackmail and extortion while in office. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
San Antonio residents say they want the city budget for fiscal year 2025 to prioritize streets and the cleanup of homeless encampments. A market research company surveyed more than 1,000 San Antonians in May and presented the results to City Council yesterday. Rounding out the respondents' top 5 budget priorities were services for the homeless, sidewalks, and police services. Affordable housing and animal care services fell out of the top 5 this year, though they still ranked as high priority items. Well, law enforcement in Houston have announced the arrest of 2 illegal immigrants from Venezuela who raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Here's Fox's Christina Coleman.
DHS sources tell our Bill Malusian and Griff Jenkins that both suspects are Venezuelan migrants who were caught and released by Border Patrol this year. 26-year-old Franklin Jose Peña Ramos was caught after illegally crossing into El Paso just last month and released into the U.S. with a notice to appear. The other man, a 21-year-old Venezuelan, was caught in March and released with a GPS tracker that was only set to monitor his whereabouts for 21 days, according to the New York Post. Now, both stand charged with the capital murder of Jocelyn Nungary, who was found floating in a creek on Monday.
And this comes after authorities in Oklahoma arrested an illegal immigrant from El Salvador last Friday, accused of killing Maryland mother of 5, Rachel Morin, and officers in New York City arrested an illegal immigrant from Ecuador, accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at a park in Queens. Well, it was a special night of baseball in Birmingham, Alabama.
For the first time, Major League Baseball played a regular season game in the state of Alabama. The oldest professional ballpark in the country, Rickwood Field, hosted the Cardinals and the Giants on Thursday night in a tribute to the Negro Leagues. The stadium was the home of the Birmingham Black Barons, where the late great Willie Mays got his professional start in 1948. Barry Bonds, the godson of Mays, spoke about his godfather prior to the game.
I started following him around when I was a little boy. I mean, every kid that I ever known, every one of us that ever came to the ballpark always wanted to be Willie Mays.
That was courtesy of Fox, as the pregame was filled with tributes to the Say Hey Kid. On the field, the Cardinals improved to .500 on the season with a 6-5 win. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
It is 5:06. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Traffic and weather coming up.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. No Tracy Bogart this morning.
We need a welfare check. Somebody please check on Tracy Bogart.
Yeah, can we get MAGA Nation together to go check out Tracy's house?
Put your MAGA hats on and head on over.
Yes. Echo, Rooster, Ray, Sam, Travis. There's Charity McCurdy in here, everybody. Yeah, I need to align myself better. I can move this.
Do a little housekeeping, Chris. There you go.
Thank you.
That's good right there. Good morning, Rooster. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Travis. Good morning, Sam. I already said Sam. Good morning, Echo. I think that's our. Oh, good morning, Ray. And Friday, Hallelujah to you. No, we're looking for Tracy.
There he is, Tracy
Woo.
Bogart. We were wondering about Tracy. We were going to send MAGA Nation over to your house to do a welfare check on you. CV Bryles 100, good morning.
Well, that's a new one, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't recognize CV Bryles 100. Any relation to Art Bryles?
Oh, there's a blast from the past.
Woohoo! Distant cousin, very nice.
Right, nice. Noise.
Yeah, on the cenotaph at the Alamo, there's a Louis Duell.
Yeah.
Who died. I just tell people that's my great-grandfather.
Sure it is, Chris. Of course it is.
Of course I'm making that up, but you know,
Hey,
why not?
They don't need to know that.
There's also James Brown's name on the cenotaph.
Yes, you know.
Hit me.
Well, he was the hardest working man in show
soul.
business. Hardest working man in show business. He's been around for a while.
Good morning, Tim from the Philippines.
Hey, what's going on, Tim, in the Philippines?
The PI. Magnum PI.
MAGA PI?
MAGA PI. That'd be a great. Hey, man, somebody take that to Hollywood right now. Tracy, are you a screenwriter?
Woo.
MAGA PI. They investigate snowflakes. And they own the libs. MAGA PI.
They deal with all the fake news.
Look at her in
I
red.
know. See, she gets it.
She's got the memo. She's wearing red.
Oh, I got time. I got to move this.
What's her name? Jessica Coombs. On Ken's 5, as we speak, Jessica Coombs is wearing red to remember everyone deployed.
Where's Maggie?
She's on Maggie's farm. Raining in the Philippines. We've had a lot of rain here, Tim. Ray Reyes says, drink a cup of coffee for me, Tim.
I will. Oh, you mean Tim?
Lots of, I don't know which Tim he's talking about.
I don't either.
Hey, it's the 14-year-old doing sports on Ken's 5.
Oh, great. Isn't he up past his bedtime?
Yes. Your mom let you stay out this late?
Be nice if we got a suit that fit. Oh, come on.
What the hell?
What the heck? You know, that's it. I'm done with kids.
Yeah, we're moving on. We're moving on to Fox 29.
Yeah.
Here we go.
How are you?
Welcome into this beautiful day, the 21st day of June 2024, first full day of summer under a beautiful, nearly full moon. Moon goes officially full at 8:08 p.m. tonight. We are 5 days away from the NBA draft, 6 days until the first presidential debate on CNN, 37 days until the Victor Wembanyama Olympics in Paris, 78 days until Taylor Swift's boyfriend opens the NFL season against Baltimore, and 137 days until the 2024 election. Can't we all just get along? Now, those are big days coming our way, but today is pretty big itself. It's the day we've been working toward all week, and we have made it. Today is Friday.
Oh, Friday-luya. Good.
Text all your friends, drive naked down Commerce Street, call in sick to work, just blow it off, blow the day off, let's party, make some mimosas, let's get crocked. Welcome in. Welcome into Friday, everybody.
That's our game plan right there.
Yes.
That's our game plan. All right.
What is happening, Charity?
Not much. I know my lawn is super green. My plants are happy, but I didn't find any rainbows yesterday following that monsoon, our first real rain shower.
Yeah.
But I was so happy to sit on the back porch and take it all in. That was awesome.
It was awesome. And like you, Chris, it was dark at my house, then the sun would come out for a little bit, then it would get dark again, rain some more, sun would come out. It was kind of like an emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
Chris.
Well, and that's, you expect rainbows, Charity,
Yeah.
when the sun comes out after a rain multiple times yesterday. I'm surprised you didn't spot a rainbow.
Yeah, a lot of trees were in my way, obstructing my view. So it's not like I got in the car and drove around.
I got a chainsaw if you need to get rid of those trees that are in your way. I can take them right
I
out,
love
man.
trees.
We
The
can
more,
work
the
on that.
merrier.
All right. Well, tell you what, let's get this party started. Let's take a look at traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, then partly cloudy this afternoon. Slight chance of a shower, highs and low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, highs and low 90s. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed, a stray shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in the low to mid 90s. 75 degrees in Shirt, 75 in Floresville, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 5:14.
Chad and Jeremy on this first full day of summer. Our Friday playlist will be all summer songs. Andrew Zimmel spinning the tunes, flying the Millennium Falcon, directing the live YouTube video stream. Lots of people already in there. Go to YouTube, look for 1200 WOAI. There is a live video chat. You can chat with us and others in real time. And Charity, you and Mr. T talking about the rain yesterday. Driving in this morning, I saw that beautiful, nearly full moon. Did you see that this morning?
I did. Absolutely gorgeous and stunning. That's the one perk of driving so early to work when we do. Is it the strawberry moon they're calling it?
I believe so,
Okay.
yes.
The first full moon of summer.
Yeah, and isn't summer the most wonderful time of the year, Chris?
Yes, it is.
I love it.
Sunshine, full moons, ice cold beer,
yes.
pools, scantily clad young ladies.
There's that
at the
too.
beach.
Yes, there you go.
Creeper mode.
I'm just saying.
hey,
no, it's ever
it's
since
okay
I was
to
a kid.
admire.
That's one of the perks if you're a dude.
Yeah.
One of the perks of summertime.
It was the main perk of summertime when you were younger.
Just start referring to you as Bill Belichick.
Now, Bill Belichick. Now, how does that relate?
Apparently, he is getting it on with a 24-year-old cheerleader.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah. There was jokes about it at the roast.
I didn't. I saw the roast.
Yes,
but
you missed it. You missed it.
The jokes went right over my head.
Cheerleader girlfriend. So,
My
yeah,
goodness.
they have so much in common.
They
I'm sure.
do.
He's 70. How
71, 72, something like that. Yeah.
That's wow.
I'm sure she just likes him because he's got a kind heart.
And a great personality.
Big
yes.
yacht. Yeah.
Yeah, he does have a big yacht.
It's good to have a big yacht. Women love a big yacht.
They do.
At least I'm told.
It's the size of the boat doesn't matter.
That's what the kids tell me. All right, coming up, say it isn't so. HEB bags will no longer be recycled by the city of San Antonio. What are we going to do? What do we do with our HEB plastic bags? We'll talk about that with you coming up. News Radio 1200 WOAI time, 5:17.
And we're back.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Pags did just arrive.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay. He's always late.
I shall
Yeah.
send that.
Pags is always late.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. He's got a lot of Fortnite to play.
Good morning, Tommy.
Overnight. Where is my... There it is.
That's very funny, Rooster. And if you're driving naked down Commerce, does it make your car an automatic stick shift?
That's a great question. Well, you have the option to,
That's true.
use that stick shift.
Yes, you do.
Joe Pags, everybody.
Texas, the Attorney General of Kansas is doing something similar. Now, Chris Kobach, who is the Attorney General in Kansas, is suing Pfizer, basically saying deceptive advertising, deceptive practices. We'll talk at the end of the program. And Congressman Andrew Dick from the great state of Arizona.
Wow, that's confusing as hell. It's freaking me out, man. Stop it. Joe Pags, everybody.
Learn how. Learn now. Let Lifestyles Unlimited show you how. Live in San Antonio, June 29th and 30th. Go to GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. That's GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Promo code 2024.
Let's see here.
So HEB is not going to, or the city of San Antonio is not going to recycle the HEB bags, and Amazon's doing away with the air pillows in their packaging.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. You know what they're
The
going to start
times they are changing.
You know what they're going to start using?
What?
Paper. Recycled paper. Like, okay. What am I going to sleep on? I'm going to have those plastic pillows anymore.
Yeah. Hopefully Charity can fill us in because I don't have that story.
Here, I can send it to you. She sent it to us yesterday. Hang on.
Okay. No, then good. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I can send it to you. I think you were on it. Pretty sure. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you're on it.
There it is. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it. 10-5. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah. No longer allowed in the blue recycling bins.
Because I guess it can stick to the recycling sorting equipment, Chris.
Shocker.
Okay.
Is that a Cleavon Little reference, Travis?
Yeah,
Very
bud.
nice. Excuse me while I whip this out. San Antonio's first news on a Friday, the first full day of summer with a full moon happening above us. We're going to talk about those HEB plastic bags that you can no longer put in your blue recycling bins in the city of San Antonio. But first, Charity McCurdy, what stories are you following?
Well, President Biden and Donald Trump are preparing for their first presidential debate set for next week. Look for another push by Texas lawmakers for the 10 Commandments in public classrooms following the move in Louisiana. And actor Donald Sutherland has passed away. We'll have details coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon. Slight chance for shower, highs in low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, highs in the low 90s. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Straight shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in the low to mid 90s. 75 in Alamo Heights, 75 in Alamo Ranch, and 74 right here at the Radio Ranch. WOEI News Time, 522.
Eddie Cochran, Summertime Blues. It is a playlist Friday. We're playing summer songs for you all morning long on this first day of summer. It is also a red Friday. Charity McCurdy, what do we do on Fridays here?
We wear red to remember everyone deployed until they all come home. We are officially Military City USA, so we're representing.
Amen. And we want to see everybody do that,
Yeah.
especially in Military City USA. Well, Charity, you brought this up to us yesterday. A big story. I mean, almost all of us shop at HEB unless you're environmentally conscious and have your own shopping bags that you use at HEB. I think the vast majority of us, it's convenient. We get those white plastic HEB shopping bags, have them around the house. They tend to accumulate, and a lot of people have enjoyed recycling them in the blue recycle bins in the city of San Antonio.
Yeah, well, you only have so much longer to be able to do that because effective after August 1st, San Antonio residents will no longer be allowed to place those HEB plastic bags in their blue recycle bins because apparently there's a problem with it getting mixed into the recycling system machinery. So now you're pretty much stuck with taking those plastic bags back to the retailer and their drop-off kiosks. They offer that specifically for plastic bags. But I hold on to them for a long time because there's so many different uses for them.
Yeah, when you travel, it's good to have one in the car for trash. And, if you have a dog and you walk your dog, it's good
Cat.
for you use that, or cats, or, and I don't know about you, but there's a doorknob in my utility room that has a plastic bag hanging on it that's stuffed with all kinds of plastic bags from HEB.
Yeah, I just, that's where I pretty much keep mine. But yeah, I throw all kinds of stuff in them. I use them for storage. So, Charity, we want to ask the people a couple of questions, including What do they do with their HEB plastic bags?
Yeah, and you can do that sound off on the iHeartRadio app. Just search the radio station 1200 WAI, hit that red talkback button, 30 seconds. Let us know the creative ways you use your HEB white plastic bags once you're done unloading your groceries.
Now, Charity, do you have those canvas grocery bags?
I do, but I always forget
Yeah.
to bring them. I'm horrible about that.
My wife keeps them in her car because when she goes to the store, she uses them. And I have a couple that I used to carry around in my car, and I always forget.
Yeah, see, my wife, like your wife, she keeps them in the trunk of her car, so she's smart that way.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Yeah, so she
Women
uses
are
them.
smarter, apparently.
Yeah, I guess. We'll listen to your feedback, your talkbacks on what you do with these HEB plastic bags, creative uses for them. Coming up, lots more. Charity McCurdy at the bottom of the hour. All the big stories you need to know about. Right now, your Fox Business Report, WOAI News Time 526.
And we're back.
Hey, everybody.
RK here. Oh, that strawberry moon. But did you know when the puffy white cloud goes over the strawberry moon, it's thin? The strawberry moon shortcake. Everybody have a beautiful, not necessarily getting moon day.
That's funny. I'll give him credit for that one.
Yeah. And, it's RK. It's RK. You want to stick with tropical storm there?
How about you?
That's fine. It's up to you. Yeah, we can get it out of the way.
I mean, we could do that, or we can just play.
Well, we can talk about Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, let's do Donald Sutherland.
I've got audio.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then the audio I have, Chris, comes from...
And the only reason is because, I mean, it's essentially...
Friday. It's Friday.
Well, and essentially, for us, Alberto's over.
Yep.
So, Donald Sutherland. I like that a lot.
All right, so here, you want to write this down, or I gave it to you also, but here's what the audio is.
Okay.
It is Hawkeye from MASH, the pot-smoking professor from Animal House, Ordinary People with Mary Tyler Moore, and Hunger Games wraps it up.
Okay.
And I'll play it whenever you want.
We'll do it early.
I'm ready.
Just easiest that way. Let me text her.
Oh, he was good in Clute, man. I remember that.
He was good in everything.
You know what?
Ron Howard tweeted.
I'm trying to think, of anything he was bad in.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to look up the horror flick Don't Look Now, which is notorious for a sex scene he did with Julie Christie, which people say was not faked. I forgot he was in Kentucky Fried Movie. Cool.
Dak Prescott, everybody, on Fox 29.
Yeah. Dak Prescott is single-handedly going to ruin the Cowboys season.
Cowboys have lost a lot of personnel. I'm going to go 17-game season. I'm going to go 9-8 and a first-round wild card playoff loss.
Wow.
There's your Cowboys season. Don't even have to watch it. 9-8, first-round wild card playoff loss. And will you please fire Mike McCarthy and hire Bill Belichick?
And
he
his
can now
20
date Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Exactly.
Very nice Dak Preston.
He was very good in
reference,
MASH,
Sam.
Tracy. Yeah, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Travis, very good. Dak Preston. Hold on while I whip this out. Oh, by the way,
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. Good every morning, buddy.
Good every morning, buddy.
Good coffee.
Good every morning,
good
buddy.
morning, everybody.
Good morning, buddy. Every good morning.
Welcome into the live feed, all 15 of you. There she is. Special circumstances.
Erin Morin Laibman. That's her half sister.
Oh, that's her half sister. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
She didn't need the collagen, man.
He did not.
I don't get it. All right, everybody. Here comes Charity McCurdy.
Or Tracy.
No, Tracy's not doing the news for us today. No.
Tracy, we should have Tracy do the news, though.
We should.
Some Friday.
We should.
Bring in Tracy
We
Bogert.
got a minute, so no.
Tracy Bogert would do all MAGA news. All MAGA all the time.
Yep. So Bruce Springsteen's daughter is going to be on here. Alana Springsteen. She's a equestrian in the Olympics, I believe.
She's going to be on what?
On Fox.
Oh, okay.
You got her, the coming up thing.
Okay.
Tracy thought that was funny, him doing the news.
Tracy, I like the idea, man. You're always criticizing Charity. You might find out it's not so easy.
Yeah, step up, man.
Come on, man.
All right, 25 seconds. Here comes Charity McCurdy, everybody. Enjoy.
Woo!
.532 is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, more tropical disturbances in the Gulf, and Trump leads Biden in fundraising. More ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few afternoon showers, a high near 90. Tonight's low 73. Right now 76 degrees. Well, Alberto is done with Texas, but another storm is on its way. It's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico, and experts say two storms are bad news.
It can increase your flash flooding potential, especially if a storm moves through. Your soils are already very saturated.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they're watching to see if Alberto sucked all the energy out of the Gulf. That would make the second storm less intense. Currently, it has a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. At the very least, forecasters say there will be more coastal flooding. Alberto is blamed for at least 4 deaths in Mexico. Well, former President Trump is now leading President Biden in the fundraising department. Fox's Sue Guzman has more on Decision 2024.
Donald Trump saw a surge of donations coming in following his recent felony conviction in New York. His haul for the month of May puts him ahead of President Biden now with $116.6 million in his war chest compared to $91.6 million for President Biden. Billionaire Timothy Mellon donated $50 million to Trump's MAGA Inc. super PAC. And former New York City mayor and businessman Mike Bloomberg donated $20 million to a Biden super PAC and also nearly $930,000 to the Biden Victory Fund. This, as the latest Fox News poll gives the president a slim 2-point lead over Donald Trump. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
A Florida judge is getting ready to decide if special counsel Jack Smith can remain on Donald Trump's classified documents case. Judge Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee, will hold hearings today and Monday to determine if Smith can continue to lead the prosecution's case. Trump's lawyers say Smith's appointment is unconstitutional, while Smith claims Trump's team is trying to delay the case as long as possible. The former president faces 40 charges over his handling of classified documents after leaving the White House. Well, law enforcement in Houston has announced the arrest of 2 illegal immigrants from Venezuela whom they say raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Here's Fox's Shanley Painter.
Police say that 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary was strangled to death by 2 migrants from Venezuela. One crossed the border illegally in April, the other in May, and that one, according to DHS sources, was released just weeks ago after he claimed that he feared for his life if sent back to his home country. Investigators used surveillance video to track the suspect's movements before and after the murder. Nungary's mother told Fox Houston, quote, hearing that the gentlemen that were in these surveillance videos, that they've been found, they've been caught and taken in for questioning, it was like the greatest news to hear this morning.
And this comes after authorities in Oklahoma arrested an illegal immigrant from El Salvador last Friday, accused of killing Maryland mother of 5 Rachel Morin, and officers in New York City arrested an illegal from Ecuador accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at a park in Queens. While getting that guacamole may soon cost you a little bit more.
Fewer avocados are expected to flow over the border now that the U.S. has suspended inspections in Mexico. That's putting a pinch on restaurants who need the imports to serve guacamole. Kelsey Erickson-Strufert with the Texas Restaurant Association says they're advising members to get creative.
We're talking about chips and guacamole. Are there other appetizers that you can promote instead? Maybe there's a discount on your queso.
The Department of Agriculture suspended inspections after 2 workers were kidnapped and assaulted in the southern Mexican state that's the biggest exporter of avocados. Michael Board, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
San Antonio City Council is giving the green light to a tax incentive for the Toyota Motor Manufacturing Texas plant. Council members yesterday approved a 10-year partial tax abatement for the plant worth nearly $15 million. In addition, the council approved a $1 million economic development grant plus $800,000 in waived fees from the city and San Antonio water system. The company says it will invest more than $500 million in the project, which will bring more than 400 jobs to the area. A legendary screen actor, Donald Sutherland, has died.
Donald Sutherland, who became an iconic character in the 70s with major roles in films like The Dirty Dozen, MASH, and Clute, has died. He was 88 years old. The actor has had a wide-ranging career that included films like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Ordinary People, and in recent years starred as President Snow in the film franchise The Hunger Games.
It's every day. It's the things we love most that destroy us.
His son, actor Kiefer, posted on X saying his father is one of the most important actors in the history of film. Never daunted by a role, good, bad, or ugly. He loved what he did and did what he loved, and one can never ask for more. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
It is 5:38 now with breaking crime news from around the country. Here's Nancy Grace. Traffic and weather together in a minute. But first, to check of your money and the world of business, we say good morning to Ed Corey live at the Bloomberg News Desk. Thanks, Ed. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Here's traffic and weather.
What a classic from Greece on this first full day of summer. It is a Friday playlist. We're playing summer songs all morning long. San Antonio's First News, Charity McCurdy, Mr. T, and me, Chris Duell. Thanks to Andrew Zimmel for flying the Millennium Falcon. And as Charity has reported this morning, actor Donald Sutherland has died at the age of 88. Before we discuss, let's listen to some of his greatest roles as Hawkeye in MASH, his role in Animal House, Ordinary People, and Hunger Games.
I'm Hawkeye Pierce. I've seen you somewhere before. I don't know your name, stranger, but your face is familiar. Would you like to share a martini with me? Okay. Don't write this down, but I find Milton probably as boring as you find Milton. But that does not relieve you from your responsibility for this material. I'm waiting for reports from some of you. I'm not joking. This is my job. Tell me something. You love me? Do you really love me?
I feel the way I've always felt about you.
Because I don't know if I love you anymore. And I don't know what I'm going to do without that. Happy Hunger Games. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Donald Sutherland's prolific career included nearly 150 film credits and over 40 television roles. What a career he had.
Amazing that he never won an Oscar. I know he had an honorary Oscar back in 2017, but all those amazing roles that he's played, he's an amazing actor. I was so surprised to learn that this morning, that he had never won an Oscar for any of his roles.
Yeah, I'm with you, Charity. As many good roles as he's had and as many movies as he was in, you would think that somewhere down the line, because he was great in everything I ever saw him in. Mm-hmm. So why didn't he win an Oscar? You know, that doesn't make any sense.
Huge point. I'll never forget, as a kid, I used to watch it. It used to come on TV all the time. The 1967 World War II classic, The Dirty Dozen.
Great movie.
The Dirty Dozen.
Great movie.
Has one of the most recognizable faces, and just came across as such a kind man. And I don't get that vibe from his son Kiefer. I don't know why.
Not at all.
Maybe because that movie Eye for an Eye just ruined me. I'm still traumatized from it, but he'll be missed.
See, I never saw this movie, but he was in a movie in 1973, a horror flick called Don't Look Now. And apparently there's a notorious sex scene he did with Julie Christie where most people say it was not fake.
Interesting.
So I might have to look for that on the stream machine.
So they were method acting.
Yes, very
in
much
that
so.
Scene.
He had such a great voice.
Yeah. Donald Sutherland, gone at the age of 88. We will go back in time with Flashback. Then coming up before the top of the hour, your talkbacks on creative uses for your white HEB plastic bags. WOAI News Time 545.
Okay, we're back.
Tommy Miller, welcome in. Looks like Ray Reyes is out of here. See you, Ray.
Oh, man. Are we still going to do the show without Ray?
No, we're just, let's just shut it down.
Here's Glenn Beck, everybody.
Congress weighs proposals to expand the military draft. That would go over great with Gen Z.
Yes. Yeah, no, it would not. Yeah, one of these Fridays we'll have to do mimosas after the show.
I love mimosas.
So do I. I'm a big fan. It's about the only way I can handle champagne.
Let's do that. The next next Friday after show meeting. Let's do mimosas.
I like it. Because then it just looks like we're drinking
OJ.
Champagne. Orange juice. Yeah. I like it.
Mimosas and tacos. Tacos and mimosas.
Dude,
yeah.
You had me at mimosas.
Woo.
That'd be fun. And you know what I have? I have some plastic champagne glasses.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, we got them. We had some people for Christmas brunch. Cindy's family was in town.
Yeah.
We were doing mimosas, and I didn't want to pull out the glasses, So I said, I wonder if I can find plastic ones. So I went to a dollar store and found like packs of them and bought a bunch of packs of them and kept them. So, yeah.
Tracy, like you, I saw MASH in the movie theater.
So did I.
And a lot of people forget, if you're not old enough, their point of reference is the TV show.
Yeah.
The movie MASH was
so good. So good.
Yeah.
So good. And a little known fact, the only actor that was in the movie that appeared in the TV series.
Gary Burghoff.
There you go. Radar. Yeah.
Sally Kellerman as Hot Lips Houlihan.
She was good, man.
She was special.
And Elliot Gould as McIntyre. BJ. No, not BJ. Oh, God, what was the first guy's name?
Trapper
John. There you go. Remember that TV show Aftermath, Trapper John, MD?
Vaguely. I tended to avoid it.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad idea. Oh, okay. This makes no sense. Now there's a 4-minute break at the end, so we're out at 56, Chris.
All right. I will pass that along.
And we've got talkbacks. We'll play as many as we can. Actually, we have now 8, Chris. Yep, we've got 8. Yeah, we got to start flying through these things. We'll get through as many as we can. It's something everybody has, so.
Wow, you left during MASH, Tracy. How un-American of you. It was a double feature at the drive-in. They saw The Godfather, and they left during MASH. Wow. That is a lot of movies, though. I mean, Godfather is dense.
Yeah, 3 hours, man. Yeah. Wow. Did she make you leave, Tracy? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, the MASH finale on TV. Insane. Right, that was before cable exploded. So we had 1 million channels.
Yes.
You still pretty much had ABC, NBC, CBS, and the ratings were insane.
Through the roof, and it wasn't that great.
No.
Got to be honest with you. I was a little disappointed. A little disappointed in that. This just in, I found out this morning that our very own Andrew Zimmel,
yes,
big Prince fan.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Good for him.
Big Prince fan.
Okay, he wants to pimp the tickets. What tickets does he want to pimp?
The Led Zeppelin will do it when we do the talkbacks.
Are you telling him that?
No. No. Can you hear me, Andrew?
It is time to go back in time, but what year will we land in? Try to figure it out. We'll try to figure it out. Let's play flashback.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
The Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Charity, 66, 67, or 68?
Go with the middle one, 67.
And the middle one, I think, would be correct.
Ooh.
I think it is 1967.
Then I'm jumping on board that. Let's see if it's 67. Yes.
Yeah.
And I loved when she did it in the Blues Brothers.
Yes.
She was tremendous.
Yeah.
Charity McCurdy, what stories are you following?
Tropical storm Alberto left at least 4 dead in Mexico as the cleanup begins along the Texas Gulf Coast. The U.S. Supreme Court will issue more opinions today ahead of the end of the month recess, and Governor Abbott is announcing a plan to beef up the state's mental health services. We'll have the very latest coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, slight chance of a rain shower, highs in low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, highs in the low 90s. And then on Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun, stray shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in the low to mid 90s. It is 75 in Kirby, 75 in Floresville, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 5:53.
The pride of Port Arthur, Texas, Janis Joplin, singing Summertime, as it is a summertime playlist all morning long on this first full day of summer. And we are talking about the white plastic bags you get at HEB starting in August. You can no longer recycle them in the city of San Antonio in your blue recycle bins. And Charity, we're asking people their creative uses for those white HEB plastic bags. How do they let us know?
The free iHeartRadio app, search the radio station 1200 WOAI, hit that red circle. That's the talkback button. It gives you 30 seconds. Let us know.
And we're going to pick one of the best ones. We'll win a pair of tickets to see the music of Led Zeppelin with the San Antonio Philharmonic Orchestra this Saturday at the Majestic Theater. Plus, one lucky winner will win a Michael Kelly guitar, Chris.
Very, very cool. So much going on. Well, let's go to the people.
All right, let's go up to Austin.
Good morning, Mr. T, Chris, my sister Charity, Gary Brugman here. Them small HEB bags, I use them specifically in like the laundry room and the bathroom trash cans, those small trash pails. They fit perfect. And I've been working up in Austin, and up in Austin, HEBs don't even give you plastic bags. I bought some stuff the other day, and I had to stuff everything in my pockets.
Wow.
Have a great weekend.
Gary, typical Austin, man. They're
Wow.
very progressive up there.
All right, here's another one. Oh, hang on. Here's another one. I'm it right now.
Tell you guys what you can do with those bags. I have cats and dogs, and they are amazing waste pick-uppers. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.
They're pick-uppers.
I see
like
a lot
that.
of people walking the dogs, and when
Yep.
the dogs do their business, they pick it up with the HEB bag.
All right, let's go to our favorite Uber driver real quick.
Hey guys, good morning. It's Joaquin, your Uber driver again. It's Friday. We made it. Yeehaw! What we like to use the HEB bags for is for our for the diapers for our son with special needs. We use those to throw those in there. Any leftover foods that we have in the fridge or leftover food, takeout food, so that it doesn't go down to disposal. And also, I use those in the truck when I'm doing Uber in case somebody has to puke. Yeah, gross. Anyways, good day.
Who knew? They double as a puke bag for Uber drivers.
I would double up on those HEB bags.
Wow.
You might need some
vomit.
more. Come by my house. I'll give you a bunch.
So many uses for the HEB plastic bags. We'll talk more about that coming up. Charity has everything you need to know here at the top of the hour. WOAI News Time 5:57.
Okay.
That's funny.
That was funny. Ooh, gross. Y'all have a good day.
Echo 5 Hotel says Chinese lanterns.
Oh, yeah?
Not bad.
Not bad. Tend to melt, though, don't they?
Backyard smoker barbecue, welcome in. Coffee time. In fact, I'll have a little swiggeroo of coffee myself.
We'll do shots together.
Yes.
Oh, Tracy had the right year.
Tracy has 1967.
Mm.
6 o'clock. What do you want to do? We could stick with what you got.
We could. We knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of talkbacks, so we can actually do 20 and 50, no problem.
Yeah, let me see what CNN's.
I just got my 5 things right now. Searing temperatures across the U.S., Supreme Court, Middle East, TikTok ban number 4.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Here's a headline from CNN. Microplastics discovered in human penises
Yes, I saw
for the first time.
And the testicles as well.
Yikes.
Oh, wow, okay. This guy's pretty good here on what he uses them for. He uses them for Halloween mummies. They stuff the mummies with the bags.
That's pretty good.
That's clever, actually. Clever, I say, clever.
So I guess we stick with TikTok.
Well, we knew it was coming. And really, isn't it too late? Don't they already have all your info by now?
You would think.
We're a little late. A little late on this. And where are we going here for the summer song? We will be on Love Bummer in the Summer. The band Love, the song Bummer in the Summer. Okay. Alrighty then. Oh, by the way, Decker's at 750.
Okay.
Which charity's coming up in 25 seconds. Enjoy.
.601 is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, the cleanup begins following Tropical Storm Alberto, and more Supreme Court decisions are expected today. Details ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Monday, your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few afternoon showers, a high near 90. Tonight's low 73. Right now, 76 degrees. Well, South Texas residents are cleaning up after the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season drenched the region. Juan Martinez with Cameron County Emergency Management is one of several officials assessing beach erosion following the storm.
We'll photograph it, we document that. That way we know what it looked like prior to and then afterwards. So we can prove that we do have erosion.
And Tropical Storm Alberto brought heavy rain and flooding to the Texas coast yesterday, triggering power outages and road closures across the region. At least 4 people were killed in Mexico as a result of the storm. And it's turning out to be a very busy start to the Atlantic hurricane season.
Alberto has finished messing with Texas, but another storm is on the way, and it's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico. Experts say 2 storms are bad news because right now the ground is soaked.
Then if another storm comes in, it won't take much to produce flooding.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they are watching to see if Alberto sucked all the energy out of the Gulf, and that would make this second storm less intense. Right now, he says it has about a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. I'm Beth Myers, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, President Biden and former President Trump are set to meet on the debate stage as they hope to convince voters to support them in the presidential election in November. Fox's Kevin Cork has more on Decision 2024.
Presidents Biden and Trump set to make history on the 27th of June, first presidential debate between an incumbent and a former president. It'll also be the very first debate for the two men since 2020. Ahead of the big showdown, the president will retreat to Camp David for debate prep, while the former president will conduct a big rally over in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, over the weekend. And speaking of the former president, he'll also get the final word at the debate, while President Biden, who actually won the coin flip, will get to stand screen right by choice.
And CNN is hosting next week's face-off. The Supreme Court, meantime, could rule on a major case that would impact Trump's legal battles. Here's Fox's Ryan Schmelz.
Prosecutors and former President Trump's legal team have been waiting since oral arguments in April to find out if the presumptive Republican nominee can use presidential immunity in his D.C. criminal case. The former president is on trial for allegedly trying to interfere with the transfer of power after the 2020 election. Prosecutors argue presidents have always been able to face criminal liability for decisions made while in office, while President Trump's legal team argues denying immunity would, quote, incapacitate every future president with de facto blackmail and extortion while in office. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
San Antonio residents say they want the city budget for fiscal year 2025 to prioritize streets and the cleanup of homeless encampments. A market research company surveyed more than 1,000 San Antonians in May and presented the results to City Council yesterday. Rounding out the respondents' top 5 budget priorities were services for the homeless, sidewalks, and police services. Affordable housing and animal care services fell out of the top 5 this year, though they still ranked as high priority items. Well, thanks to over $1 billion earmarked in the last legislative session, Governor Abbott has announced a bold new plan to beef up mental health services in the state.
Abbott announced 7 new hospital projects aimed at improving inpatient psychiatric services. Those projects will include expanding and renovating present facilities as well as constructing new ones. The San Antonio State Hospital is destined to get a new 40-bed maximum security unit. NAMI San Antonio Executive Director Doug Beach tells News 4 he estimates 80% of the hospital's patients
are forensic patients who are from the jail, from the criminal justice system.
and they have to wait up to a year just to see if they're able to stand trial. The Bexar County Jail is over capacity by around 400 inmates. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
The College World Series is set for this weekend in downtown Omaha. It'll be Tennessee versus Texas A&M in the finals. Both teams are competing for what would be their school's first NCAA baseball national championship. It begins tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. Game 2 will be on Sunday at 1 o'clock on ABC. And if necessary, a third game will be Monday at 6 p.m. back on ESPN. It is 6:06. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Traffic and weather coming up.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? All right, good.
Tracy Bogert says the first presidential
Yes.
debate in history between a felon and a guy with no criminal history. Of course, Tracy is pulling for the felon in that case.
Well, he is the president.
He's the
Yeah.
chairman of the
Yeah,
Bexar
chairman,
County
I'm sorry, not
MAGA
president.
Republicans.
He's the chairman.
Tracy, are you having a debate watch party with all your MAGA friends?
Everybody with the hats on?
Yes, everybody wear their hats. Fly a bunch of American flags.
No, the
Big Trump flags.
or the big F. Biden
F.
flags
Biden
that I see all
flags.
over the place. Joy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
If you got leggings on,
Of course she does. Question.
sorry.
There is one on her My Pillow.
Yes. Well, I think it comes with it, doesn't it? Oh, rally in Philadelphia tomorrow.
That could be our.
That's where.
Whether you hear this for Monday.
Yeah, Mike Opelka is on the air in Philadelphia right now.
Let's see.
Oh. Damn it. Make that 9, Chris.
Woo. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. Number 9.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta listen. All right. Good.
Woohoo!
Stand by, Chris.
Cool. San Antonio's first news on this first full day of summer under a nearly full moon. Charity McCurdy, Mr. T. Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charlie Parker will be along with Those Were the Days at 6:48. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon, spinning the summer playlist tunes. He's also directing the live video stream.
Wow, he's like busy today.
He's so busy. He's a multitasker. He's directing the live video stream on YouTube. If you want to be a part of that, go to YouTube, look for 1200 WOAI. You will find us. There's a live chat in there. You can chat with us and other viewers in real time. And maybe we'll show up on TikTok if TikTok continues. Coming up, TikTok has filed legal papers asking for the ban to be overturned in the United States. We'll dive into that in a second. But first, let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon. Slight chance for shower, highs of low 90s. Tomorrow, mixture of clouds and sun. Otherwise, well, sunshine in the afternoon, clouds in the morning. Sorry, highs in low 90s. On Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun, a stray shower, thunderstorm, possible highs in the low to mid 90s. It is 75 degrees in Kirby, 75 at City Base, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time 612.
Bummer in the Summer.
By Love.
By Love. Did you choose that one?
That was a Charlie Parker choice.
It's a Charlie Parker choice.
Yes, he loves love.
Charlie loves love. He's all about the love.
He is about the love.
But he doesn't like a bummer in the summer. Charlie Parker will join us at 6:48 with Those Were the Days. Well, it's kind of a bummer for TikTok as the Biden administration and Congress trying to ban TikTok, but TikTok yesterday filing legal, easy for me to say, legal papers, trying to get that ban overturned. They say in a court filing that TikTok users are being forced to live on an island of content disconnected from the rest of the world if the platform is forced to find a new owner. I just wonder, Charity, if TikTok is going to get sympathetic judges to listen to their court filings.
I wonder if this is going to wind up in the hands of the Supreme Court. I mean, this is just such a hot button issue. I mean, this is in addition to a lawsuit, I think, filed by some TikTok creators who are saying that this is going to have a profound effect on their life if TikTok is indeed banned. But you know, TikTok's lawyers are making the interesting case that, you know, this law is unprecedented. I think we can all agree with that. But they claim it violates their First Amendment rights as well.
Yeah, they say it's unconstitutional. You are correct, Charity. And look, my question is, as long as TikTok has been out and the whole thing is that they're stealing our information and China is stealing our information, well, if you've been on it any time at all, don't they already have your information?
They do, but for new generations of users, they will continue to, for anybody just getting an iPhone, anybody coming of age, not to mention that they propagandize our young people in addition to stealing the data. And I think, Charity, the fact that China is an adversary, they can pose an existential threat to our nation. The Constitution doesn't apply here to the nation of China when they are an adversary and perhaps someone who will engage us in war someday.
Why this app, though? Why don't we target other Chinese apps that may be
Great
stealing
question.
our data on our smartphones?
This is the mega popular app. This is the one all the kids have.
Yeah, all the kids do use it. I mean, it's all over the place.
170 million Americans, apparently.
Yeah. So they'll be on that island with 169,999,000 more other people.
Yes,
Yes.
discover Instagram, discover Facebook, discover Twitter, X. There's a
Discover
lot of other
social
options.
interaction would be nice. Go out and meet somebody.
Get outside and play.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're old enough, get a job.
Even if you're not old enough, get a job.
Coming up, we're finding amazing uses for those plastic HEB bags. They're in the news because you won't be able to recycle them anymore in your blue recycle bins in the city of San Antonio. Come August, we'll hear from you on the Talkback feature of the free iHeartRadio app. Coming right up, WOAI News Time 616. Woohoo!
Jeez, you ain't kidding, man. There's more.
Welcome in, Kay.
Okay, we're gonna have to do this a lot because I'm sitting on 10 right now.
We'll keep it going. Hey, man, we can even consider 640.
I was thinking the same thing and then do something else at 50. Although 50 is longer.
But you go from 640 to those were the days.
That's true.
It's
That's a long time.
It's not like
That's a long time.
Yeah. Plus if they're entertaining.
Oh, they are. I'm not kidding, dude. I'm telling you though, the one is unbelievable. All right, so our truck driver.
Look at that. There's the story on Fox 29.
Hey, listen, dude, I'm telling you. The truck driver in Pennsylvania uses them when he travels, puts his clothes in them.
Very nice.
Hey. Wow. This is amazing, dude. Okay.
This may be the guy hit by the SUV.
Oh, wow. It's got to be one of them, right? Kind of looks like Kevin Cronin. He's that guy over there. The guy on the curb right there. I can't believe that guy got ran over.
God, he ran over his legs.
I know. Unbelievable, man. It's so sad. Okay. All right, we'll get right to it. Okay, Belle's cracking me up. She uses it as her ghetto cooler.
Ghetto cooler. Hey, man.
Yeti cooler. It's
nice.
A ghetto cooler. Okay, that's good.
Truck going backwards in Cleveland, Ohio. Getting onto the freeway.
Oh, God, man. People are amazing, Chris. Yeah. And there he goes. He's on the highway now.
Wow.
I guess he's stuck in reverse. I will tell you this. He's doing a great job.
Yes, he is.
He's doing a great job. Wow. Governor Rabbit. Good morning, Kay.
Tracy Bogart calling truth social untruth social. How dare you, sir? It's disrespectful to the former president.
Oh, did you see Tracy's post that got him banned on June 11th?
No.
On his main Facebook page or something from July 5th in 2019. It's a badge of honor, man. Good morning, Kay.
Former until January 20th, Tracy. Then he's back.
With a vengeance.
Yes. It's the revenge tour.
Yes, it is. Lock up your daughters, lock up your wives, lock up your back doors, and
Well,
run for your
only
lives.
lock up your daughters if they're 10s.
That's true. Good thing she looks like her mother.
Yeah.
Stand by, Chris.
Okay. Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together. Then we hear from you, your creative uses for those white plastic HEB bags that you won't be able to recycle in the city of San Antonio beginning in August, at least not in your blue recycle bins. Charity McCurdy, what stories are you following?
President Biden and Donald Trump are prepping for next week's presidential debate. More Supreme Court decisions are expected today, and San Antonians are speaking out about city budget priorities. We'll have the latest coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, slight chance of a shower, highs in the low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, highs in the low 90s. And then on Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun, stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. It is 77 degrees in New Braunfels, 75 in Schertz, 74 here in Stone Oak. WOEI News Time 622.
The Love and Spoonful Summer in the City, a playlist Friday. We're doing summer songs on this first day of summer. It's also a Red Friday. We're wearing red to remember everyone deployed until they all come home. And it's a big news story in San Antonio. Beginning in August, you won't be able to recycle your white HEB plastic bags in your blue recycling bin for the city because it is affecting the machinery as they recycle in the city of San Antonio. So, Charity, we're asking the people, what are their creative uses for their white HEB plastic bags? How do they get in touch with us?
The free iHeartRadio app, search the radio station 1200 WOEI, hit that red circle. That's the talkback button that gives you 30 seconds to sound off.
And Chris, one of our people from today on Talkback will win tickets, a pair of tickets to the music of Led Zeppelin this Saturday with the San Antonio Philharmonic Orchestra at the Majestic Theater. And then one lucky winner is going to win a Michael Kelly guitar.
Wow. So much going on.
I know.
Cool.
All right, let's go to the people.
Good morning, San Antonio. So you're telling us that specifically the HEB plastic shopping bag is taking out San Antonio's machinery that recycles plastic. Something's going on. There's got to be more to the story than that. We use them for the same thing y'all use them for, just for storing odds and ends in. And mostly we just keep them until they age out and end up throwing them away.
Okay.
I kind of do that.
Yeah.
I keep a bunch of them, and then when they degrade, I toss them.
And it's not just the HEB bags. It's HEB plastic bags and other plastic films from other retailers that are not going to be able to be recycled after August 1st in your blue recycle bin. You're going to have to take them back to the retailer for those drop-off kiosks.
There you go. All right, here's another one.
Happy Friday. HEB plastic bags have so many uses, but I know one time before a hard freeze, when I couldn't get one of those covers for my mom's faucets outside, I used an HEB plastic bag and it worked just awesome. There is a movie out on Netflix where they show suffocating a man with a bag that looked a lot like an HEB plastic bag. Wouldn't recommend. Have a great day.
And that was the Hitman.
Yes,
At the end of the Hitman,
Yes,
they
it
suffocate
was.
a guy with, it looks like an
Yes,
HEB.
it does.
We don't recommend you do that.
No, but I do
Don't
recommend the Hitman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great, that may be a recommendation on our
It could
streaming
be.
recommendation.
It could be. It could be. All right, we got time for Belle. Here she is.
Good morning to my favorite crew, WOAI. Here we go. I'm going to say the litter bag is a favorite. It's easy. To-go bags for family gatherings, like you have extra food, leftovers, pack it in there. And let's see, trash bags for my truck. That's always a good one. But my favorite is my Getty cooler. GHETI cooler. It's a ghetto cooler. You put some ice in there, pack some drinks, and you're good to go. Yeah, have a good one.
It's a very good ghetto
that's
cooler.
a good one,
You
man.
double up, triple up those HEB bags, throw
Yeah.
some ice in there,
Yeah.
and you've got a Getty cooler.
That's a good idea.
Very nice.
I like
Belle.
that. I like that.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
Oh, we've got more. But
Okay.
I was just looking at the clock here. We
Yeah,
got time for one
we'll
more.
do one more, then we'll get out.
Let's go out to our favorite school teacher.
Hey, Mr. T, Chris, and Charity, Stephen from Lytle. I reuse the HEB plastic bags in a couple of ways. When I go to school, I take my lunch in them and reuse them. I put them in short little plastic trash bags and use them as liners. A few of them I throw away immediately, but that's how we try to get more use out of them. Oh, here's a joke. Why did the trash go to therapy? It had too much emotional baggage to deal with. Have a great weekend and so long.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Charity has all the news you need to know coming up here at the bottom of the hour. Then at 6:40, the countdown is on to the first presidential debate. We'll talk about that coming up. WOAI News Time, 6:27.
Sure.
90 in the Philippines with a feel of 99 degrees at now 29 a.m. in the Philippines. That's
No,
from
it's
Tim in the
7:29
Philippines.
p.m.
Did I say a.m.?
Yeah, it's p.m.
p.m. Woohoo!
Okay. Oh my God, they're still coming, dude.
We have a talk back coming up. It is a woman
It is hilarious, man.
who uses HEB bags for chest enhancement purposes.
And you'll be able to hear it when we play it.
Yeah. So we think that's probably going to be our winner.
So far.
She's very funny and very creative. Kay, Tim, Travis, Sam, Tracy Bogert, anybody else in here, welcome in on a Friday. Hope you got to see the full moon. It may still be up if you're outside. It goes full tonight or officially at 8:08 p.m. So tonight when you go look up, you will be looking up at a full moon at 8:08 p.m. It is the first full moon of the summer, also known as the strawberry moon. Surprised there's not a song called Strawberry Moon. It sounds like a great, like Harvest Moon by Neil Young. Wishing on the Moon by Dan Fogelberg. Surprised there's not a Strawberry Moons, like Raspberry Beret by Prince. Strawberry Moon.
Speaking of Prince, you realize it's 40 years since Purple Rain. 40 years.
We are getting so damn old.
Freaking
40 years since Purple Rain came out.
My God.
Unreal.
So we decided to switch up the Trump and the talkbacks. Remember, we got 20 also we can play them. 720.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think
I agree.
We do
wholeheartedly.
Do a little content there. Yeah.
But we don't have to, we can jump out a little early.
I agree. All right.
6:31 is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, forecasters are eyeing more tropical disturbances in the Gulf, and Trump leads Biden in fundraising. Details ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few showers this afternoon, a high near 90. Tonight's low 73. Right now, 76 degrees. Well, Alberto is done with Texas, but another storm is on its way. It's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico, and experts say two storms are bad news.
It can increase your flash flooding potential, especially if a storm moves through. Your soils are already very saturated.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they're watching to see if Alberto sucked all the energy out of the Gulf. That would make the second storm less intense. Currently, it has a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. At the very least, forecasters say there will be more coastal flooding. Alberto claimed at least 4 lives in Mexico. Well, former President Trump is now leading President Biden in the fundraising department. Fox's Sue Guzman has more on Decision 2024.
Donald Trump saw a surge of donations coming in following his recent felony conviction in New York. His haul for the month of May puts him ahead of President Biden now with $116.6 million in his war chest compared to $91.6 million for President Biden. Billionaire Timothy Mellon donated $50 million to Trump's MAGA Inc. super PAC. And former New York City mayor and businessman Mike Bloomberg donated $20 million to a Biden super PAC and also nearly $930,000 to the Biden Victory Fund. This, as the latest Fox News poll gives the president a slim 2-point lead over Donald Trump. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
The U.S. Supreme Court will issue more opinions today ahead of the end of the month recess. The court is yet to rule on Trump's claim that he's immune from prosecution for alleged crimes committed while president. Yesterday, the court upheld a Trump-era tax on foreign investments that was meant to stop Americans shielding their foreign earnings from U.S. taxes. The 2017 law also had support from the Biden administration. Well, law enforcement in Houston has announced the arrest of 2 illegal immigrants from Venezuela, who they say raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Here's Fox's Shanley Painter.
Police say that 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary was strangled to death by 2 migrants from Venezuela. One crossed the border illegally in April, the other in May, and that one, according to DHS sources, was released just weeks ago after he claimed that he feared for his life if sent back to his home country. Investigators used surveillance video to track the suspect's movements before and after the murder. Nungary's mother told Fox Houston, quote, "Hearing that the gentlemen that were in these surveillance videos, that they've been found, they've been caught and taken in for questioning. It was like the greatest news to hear this morning."
This comes after authorities in Oklahoma arrested an illegal immigrant from El Salvador last Friday, accused of killing Maryland mother of 5 Rachel Morin, and officers in New York City arrested an illegal immigrant from Ecuador accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at a park in Queens. Well, as San Antonio City Council heads into budget season, residents are spelling out what they want to see the money being spent on.
According to a market research company's survey of over 1,000 San Antonio residents, they want to see streets and homeless camp cleanups prioritized in the fiscal year 2025 budget. The survey was presented to council members yesterday. The remaining top 3 priorities for residents include homelessness services, police services, and sidewalks, which includes better lighting. Animal care services and affordable housing are still high priority items, but fell out of the top 5 this year. Council will go on a short break before budget negotiations begin. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Superhero Comic-Con is underway in San Antonio. The event started yesterday and continues through Sunday. Celebrities like Chris Pine, Orlando Bloom, and Andy Serkis are on the guest list. Jake Gyllenhaal was expected to show, but organizers recently announced he won't be in town because of illness. The Superhero Comic-Con is taking place at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Halls. It is 6:37. Traffic and weather together in a minute. But first, to check of your money and the world of business, Ed Corey is live at the Bloomberg News Desk. Thanks, Ed. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Here's traffic and weather.
Mungo Jerry on a playlist Friday playing songs for summertime on this first day of summer. I interviewed Mungo Jerry on the radio maybe 15 years ago. It was a like first day of summer. I said, "Look, can we get Mungo Jerry on the show?" And
how was he?
He was fun.
Yeah.
He was fun.
Who's Mungo Jerry? Come on.
A little politically incorrect lyric, though. If her daddy's rich,
yes,
you take her out for a meal. If her daddy's poor, you do what you feel.
Yes.
Mungo Jerry, not exactly.
I don't know if I like that song, Chris.
Yeah.
Way to go, man.
Yeah, way to abuse your poor date, Mungo Jerry. I didn't bring that up with him 15 years ago.
Wonder why not?
I should have. I should have stood up to Mungo Jerry, but I did not.
We have a name like Mungo. What do you expect?
Mungo Jerry, everybody. We are streaming live video on YouTube. Go check that out at 1200 WOAI on YouTube. More of your talkbacks coming up on creative uses for those white plastic HEB bags. We're getting an overwhelming response, and some of these are very creative.
Yes. Very, very creative.
Now, how creative will Donald Trump and President Joe Biden be in their first debate, which is now a mere 5 days away? I got to believe, Charity, the pressure is on President Biden here, because you look at President Trump, former President Trump's body of work as a debater, and he usually steals the show. So granted, they did debate before the 2020 election, but a lot more questions about President Biden's cognitive abilities since then.
Yeah, I feel like for President Biden, it's going to be more about demonstrating his mental fitness, that he is up for another 4 years. He can handle the job. I think it's going to be really weird not to have a live audience, because I always expect cheers or claps or maybe the occasional heckling. But when you remove that, I just think it changes the dynamic. And I'm not quite sure what to expect for former President Trump, because he tends to feed off the crowd.
Yeah, he does. And that's actually a strong point, is feeding off the crowd. I just wonder if Joe Biden's going to stoop to calling him a criminal, a convict. I mean, is there going to be name calling? That's what I want to know.
Well, there might not be name calling, but strategically, if you're Joe Biden, you are going to cite that he is now a convicted felon. I mean, a lot of people think that was a sham trial, and a lot of people don't agree with that. But so, I mean, you use what you've got to slime the other guy. Trump will be sliming Joe Biden, and I think Joe Biden will be sliming Donald Trump.
Yeah, and I mean, we have to keep in mind that CNN is hosting this first debate. They'll be moderating the debate. So will they lean more friendly towards Biden? I don't know. You have to just kind of wait and see how it works out. But I mean, 90 minutes, that's a long time for President Biden and probably former President Trump to be on a stage.
Yeah, it's a long time. And you mentioned the moderators. I would hate to be the moderators in this one.
Jake Tapper and Dana Bash.
Yeah, I would hate to be one of them in this one, because I think it's going to get a little testy at times.
See, and I think even though one of the rules is they're going to cut off the microphone of the guy who's not speaking so that the other candidate cannot interrupt, I still think Donald Trump is so strategic and tactical in these debates. I think he will still try to disrupt Biden. I think while Biden is speaking, I think Trump will still do things to try to disrupt him, which again is probably a good strategy if you're trying to win this debate.
And the fact that this is the earliest presidential debate in history, I guess will give time for both candidates to recover if they have a poor performance. So there is that.
Yeah, this is true. And it's a tight race. This makes this debate all the more meaningful. We'll have all kinds of coverage on this as we ramp up to it early next week. Coming up, Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days, and more from you, creative uses for your white HEB plastic bags. You're not going to believe some of these. WOAI News Time, 6:44.
And we're back.
Steve DeRocco is in here, the original Rock. The original Rock, not this Dwayne
Rock.
Johnson.
Yeah. He's no Dwayne
Latter-day
Johnson.
Rock.
Latter-day
Rock. Rock, are you still in Bryan, Texas? Last time we checked, Steve DeRocco was in Bryan, Texas.
I spent a week there one day.
Yes. I've never been to Bryan, Texas, or College Station.
I have
never been.
both.
I want to go see that stadium.
I had a girlfriend that lived there briefly, and I went a few times.
Nice.
Had a
Was
great
she an
time.
Aggie?
No, actually, she was working there.
Okay.
The job she worked for, she worked at a clothing store, a women's clothing store, and they opened up a new mall there, and they sent her there. So I went and saw her a few times. A lot of fun. Great. College towns are always fun, though. It was good times. And good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Eric. Connie Chambers. Kay. Oh, he is in, I saw up above, he is in Bryan, Texas. Steve Duraco, good morning from Bryan. Charlie Parker coming up with those for the days. Steve Duraco, when are we going to do the pool, man? You've been in Bryan, Texas
Tomorrow's
so much lately.
tomorrow's going to be some sunshine, Chris.
Tomorrow's possible. Steve Duraco's coming back this afternoon.
Eric's going to come by and say hi next Tuesday.
Is that right? Cool.
Yeah. Beautiful. And if you want to know, ask us about the CFRs.
Yes. It's our alternate band name that we can't say on the radio.
Yeah.
So Steve Duraco, tomorrow a possibility.
Yeah, it's going to be sunny.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect, actually.
I haven't been to the pool all week.
Well, it's kind of been no reason.
Yeah, right.
all
Been bad
week,
weather.
Chris.
Yeah, good point.
You were sitting out there with your umbrella.
There was a tropical storm,
You were sitting
Alberta.
out there with your umbrella.
Yeah. Hey, man. I actually,
sat by the pool.
rainy
in rain.
days at the pool, if I've got covering,
No problem.
I'm okay with that.
No problem. I've done that.
It is not chopped freaking liver band. Close.
It's a little bit more.
And CFR.
Yeah, CFR. Yeah, ask us when you come out. We'll tell you. Because it's actually kind of amusing, and I thought it was funny at the time, but
well, yeah, and it was a guy who often calls
remember
to insult us, but we
that,
find him very, very funny.
Yeah, we played that one for them on the stream, the one that we could play. Yeah, unfortunately, they won't let us tell you for some reason what it really stands for on this platform.
Yeah. They prefer that we
refrain from using that kind of language.
Clean it up.
Yes.
Clean it up on this platform.
Well, there's no other way to clean that up. I got to be honest with you. Yeah, that's that guy. Look at
Charlie
Seal Buns.
Parker. Say what?
Seal Buns.
Siobhan Anders. Been around on local
Watkins?
television for a long time.
Charlie's
Very nice lady.
Charlie's not here, is he?
I have not seen him.
Okay.
If he is, I have
Well,
not
he's in
seen
the
him.
parking lot listening to those other days. Then he'll come in. I don't know what he's got to do, but I can't do anything. I got to leave. I've got stuff to do. Professional.
When are you going to play the augmentation talk back?
Oh, that's coming up in this next round, yes. Oh, the pictures are great. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming up, it'll be the third one in this next set. Oh, cool, man. Appreciate that, Eric. Oh, we got Charlie Parker still coming up. Yes, the third one in this next set. Hands down right now, the leader in the clubhouse. I'm sorry, but that's the most creative thing I've ever heard to do with these bags, Chris.
What did you just say? I was typing. You said something about sorry, Chris. I forgot. Anyway.
Oh, it says most creative use of plastic bags I've ever heard of.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah, pimping Randy Beamer, everybody.
United States Supreme Court in Texas v. Johnson ruled that burning the American flag as a political protest is protected by the First Amendment. Birthday.
Do. Oh, by the way, Micah Pelka's story got bumped.
Oh,
he says we got bumped because John Funn wrote a piece on RFK Jr. I said, bummer. He says it happened. News breaks, So. All right, here comes Charity. Stand by.
And here are some of the stories we're following for you. The U.S. Supreme Court will issue more opinions today ahead of the end of the month recess. 2 illegal immigrants in Houston have been charged with capital murder in connection to the death of a 12-year-old girl. And look for another push by Texas lawmakers for the 10 Commandments in public classrooms following the move in Louisiana. We'll have more coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon. Slight chance for rain, shower, highs in the low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early. Otherwise, mostly sunny, highs in the low 90s. Then on Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun. Stray shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in the low to mid 90s. It is 75 at City Base, 75 in Monte Vista, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 6:53.
Seals and Crofts, Summer Breeze, Tim Merriman's favorite summer song. He loves Seals and Crofts.
I do like the typo negative version of this song. It's pretty good.
He was thinking, do I get a Rolling Stones tattoo or a Seals and Crofts?
And my arm wasn't big enough for Seals and Crofts. So,
I understand that.
Yeah.
Or Sid and Marty Croft. Not even that one. But all right. So big story. Start in August, you will no longer be able to recycle the white HEB plastic bags in the city of San Antonio if you're in your blue recycling bin, along with other items. But the big headliner is those white HEB plastic bags. And Charity, we're asking the people their creative uses for those white HEB plastic bags, and how do they get in touch with us?
The free iHeartRadio app. Just search the radio station 1200 WOAI. Hit that red talkback button. 30 seconds to sound off.
And Mr. T, we're getting an overwhelming response.
Yes, we are. And one of these is going to win a pair of tickets to see the music of Led Zeppelin with the San Antonio Philharmonic Orchestra this Saturday at the Majestic Theater. And then one lucky winner is going to win a Michael Kelly guitar.
Which is a killer guitar.
It is. So here is number one.
Good morning, guys. I am up way too early for a Friday morning. My name is Nick. Regarding those plastic bags from HEB, I can't ever seem to get rid of them. We go to the grocery store, we come home, I throw some away. Some end up in a container. I usually repurpose them for when I'm too lazy to grab an actual trash bag. When I tell my kids to clean up their rooms and grab a trash bag, they grab that and think that's enough. We use them for Halloween mummies. We stuff the mummies. That's about it. Have a good day, guys.
See, that's very, very
Halloween
creative.
mummies.
Yeah, I would never thought of that.
I like it.
Here's Tracy.
This is Tracy Bogert. My wife makes my lunch the night before. She places it in the HEB bag in the refrigerator. That way, when I get up, all I have to do is take it out, put it in a cooler. I bring it to work. When I eat my lunch, any trash I have goes back into the bag, goes home, goes in the trash can.
So it's a lunchbox.
Multi-purpose.
That's
that
it.
HEB bag.
My takeaway is his wife is making his lunch.
I
You
know.
Nice.
Yeah,
Got it
that
good.
never happened. All right, here is probably my favorite so far.
Hack for those HEB bags, and I call them the booby bags because I was not born with extra flesh on the top half of my body, which means I have extremely small boobies. And if you use those bags correctly, you buy a bra a little bit bigger than your normal size, which for me would be a B bra because I'm an A cup, and you just stuff those bags in there and you can put lots of them in to make those boobies really big.
Wow.
But wouldn't that make a sound like when you bend over and move around? It's like some kind of rustling going on.
We'll have to ask Lisa.
Oh,
That is
wow.
that is the most creative use I have yet heard for the HEB plastic bag.
By far, the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Or if you need a bag, just, go to her and she's got one she can pull right out of her shirt. Here
I
you
got
go.
one right here. Yeah. Let me help you out with that. Very nice.
Let's go up to Pennsylvania.
Good morning, guys. This is your Pennsylvania truck driver, DJ. One thing I like to use with those bags is I put my shoes in them when I'm going on a trip so I keep my clothes from getting dirty. I think Wimby will probably have to double up on the bags to make that work for him. And your Uber driver, he's correct. They do make good bark bags. You take each handle, put them around each ear, and then you got a perfect bark bag, kind of like a feed bag for a horse. Y'all have a good weekend and a happy Friday.
I didn't even think about that. See, even the airline barf bags don't have the ear handles.
You don't have.
You can just sit there in the back of the Uber, and when you puke, you puke.
Let's go out
That
to
was great.
Let's go out to McQueenie.
This is Will from McQueenie, Texas. The question was, what can we use the HEB bags for? Here's the answer.
Johnny, what can you make out of this? This? Well, I can make a cap, or a brooch, a pterodactyl.
Outstanding. Airplane. One of my favorite scenes from Airplane. That was creative. That was brilliant.
Oh,
wow. All right. Keep them coming. We got a lot more. But so far, the breast augmentation use of an HEB. Yes.
Lisa is right now the leader going to the clubhouse.
I think so, yes.
Wow.
Charity's going to have all the news at the top of the hour, but right now it is your weekend warm-up preview with Jenny James from Q1019.
Today is Make Music Day, and there are a lot of events going on around town, like at the San Antonio Botanical Garden. It's from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., and the event is free with garden admission. Superhero Comic Con is going on at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall through Sunday. Tickets are available now. It is peach season, and you can take an hour's drive out to Stonewall for their 63rd annual Peach Jamboree and Rodeo this weekend. The Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party is at Frostbank Center today. Shirts is having free movies at the pool this Saturday night. See The Little Mermaid while you float at Pickrell Park Pool starting at 7 o'clock. It is free. Comedian TJ Miller is at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club this weekend. You can see the music of Led Zeppelin performed by the San Antonio Philharmonic at the Majestic Theater Saturday night. And Sunday, Melanie Martinez brings the Trilogy Tour to Frostbank Center. Have a great weekend. I'm Teddy James from Q1019 for News Radio 1200 WOAI.
7 o'clock is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, the cleanup begins following Tropical Storm Alberto. Biden and Trump prepare for next week's debate. More ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few afternoon showers, a high near 90, tonight's low 73, right now 77 degrees. Well, South Texas residents are cleaning up after Tropical Storm Alberto drenched the region. Juan Martinez with Cameron County Emergency Management is one of several officials assessing beach erosion following the storm.
We'll photograph it, we document that. That way we know what it looked like prior to and then afterwards, so we can prove that we do have erosion.
Alberto brought heavy rain and flooding to the Texas coast yesterday, triggering power outages and road closures across the region. At least 4 people were killed in Mexico as a result of the storm. And it's turning out to be a busy start to the Atlantic hurricane season.
Alberto has finished messing with Texas, but another storm is on the way, and it's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico. Experts say 2 storms are bad news because right now the ground is soaked.
Then if another storm comes in, it won't take much to produce flooding.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they are watching to see if Alberto sucked all the energy out of the Gulf, and that would make this second storm less intense. Right now, he says it has about a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. I'm Beth Myers, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, President Biden and former President Trump are set to meet on the debate stage as they hope to convince voters to support them in the presidential election in November. Fox's Kevin Cork has more on Decision 2024.
Presidents Biden and Trump set to make history on the 27th of June, first presidential debate between an incumbent and a former president. It'll also be the very first debate for the two men since 2020. Ahead of the big showdown, the president will retreat to Camp David for debate prep, while the former president will conduct a big rally over in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, over the weekend. And speaking of the former president, he'll also get the final word at the debate, while President Biden, who actually won the coin flip, will get to stand screen right by choice.
It is the earliest presidential debate in history and comes before Republicans and Democrats host their national conventions to announce their nominees. CNN is hosting next week's face-off. Well, the Supreme Court could rule on a major case that would impact Trump's legal battles. Here's Fox's Ryan Schmelz.
Prosecutors and former President Trump's legal team have been waiting since oral arguments in April to find out if the presumptive Republican nominee can use presidential immunity in his D.C. criminal case. The former president is on trial for allegedly trying to interfere with the transfer of power after the 2020 election. Prosecutors argue presidents have always been able to face criminal liability for decisions made while in office, while President Trump's legal team argues denying immunity would, quote, incapacitate every future president with de facto blackmail and extortion while in office. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is miffed that Louisiana is the first state in the nation to require a display of the 10 Commandments in all public school classrooms. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry signed the bill into law Wednesday. A similar law failed to pass in the Texas legislature last year. Yesterday, Patrick committed himself to renewing the effort when the legislature reconvenes in January. The Louisiana law is already the target of lawsuits. Law enforcement in Houston have announced the arrest of 2 illegal immigrants from Venezuela who raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Here's Fox's Christina Coleman.
DHS sources tell our Bill Malusian and Griff Jenkins that both suspects are Venezuelan migrants who were caught and released by Border Patrol this year. 26-year-old Franklin Jose Pena Ramos was caught after illegally crossing into El Paso just last month and released into the U.S. with a notice to appear. The other man, a 21-year-old Venezuelan, was caught in March and released with a GPS tracker that was only set to monitor his whereabouts for 21 days, according to the New York Post. Now, both stand charged with the capital murder of Jocelyn Nungary, who was found floating in a creek on Monday.
And this comes after authorities in Oklahoma arrested an illegal immigrant from El Salvador last Friday, accused of killing Maryland mother of 5 Rachel Morin, and officers in New York City arrested an illegal immigrant from Ecuador accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at a park in Queens. Well, thanks to over $1 billion earmarked in the last legislative session, Governor Abbott is announcing a bold new plan to beef up mental health services in the state.
Abbott announced 7 new hospital projects aimed at improving inpatient psychiatric services. Those projects will include expanding and renovating present facilities as well as constructing new ones. The San Antonio State Hospital is destined to get a new 40-bed maximum security unit. NAMI San Antonio Executive Director Doug Beach tells News 4 he estimates 80% of the hospital's patients
are forensic patients who are from the jail, from the criminal justice system.
and they have to wait up to a year just to see if they're able to stand trial. The Bexar County Jail is over capacity by around 400 inmates. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
It is 7:06. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Traffic and weather coming up.
San Antonio's first news. Charity McCurdy, Mr. T. Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon. Doing a lot of, he's spinning the tunes, by the way. It's a playlist Friday. We're playing summer songs on this first full day of summer. Also, he's editing and directing the YouTube feed where we have live video at 1200 WOAI on YouTube. Mike Opelka is not in today. He is on assignment in Philadelphia. So we've got more of your talkbacks on creative uses for those white plastic HEB bags at 7:40. National correspondent Rory O'Neill, the latest on the U.S. debt on a pace to top $56 trillion. 7:50, White House correspondent John Decker, the key numbers on swing states in the upcoming presidential election. 8:10 weekends, Fridays with Beamer. Randy Beamer is going to join us. And coming up, a very special wait till you hear this. Reggie Jackson, the baseball player, yesterday at Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama, talking about the racism he had to face as a baseball player in the majors. That's coming up. But first, let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, slight chance of a shower, highs in the low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, highs in the low 90s. And on Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun with this stray shower or thunderstorm possible, highs in the low to mid 90s. It is 75 degrees in Terrell Hills, 75 in Schertz, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 7:11.
Hot fun in the summertime on a playlist Friday. It's also a Red Friday, but we're playing summer songs on this first day of summer. And right now, as we do every weekday morning at this time, it's a segment we call Wait Till You Hear This. We span the globe to bring you the constant variety of audio. And Mr. T, a very special baseball game played yesterday at Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama. It was to honor the Negro Leagues, and with the passing this week of Willie Mays, this is where he got his start. It took on even more significance, but a very poignant moment on the Fox telecast yesterday. I know you were watching.
Yes, sir.
T. Alex Rodriguez asked Reggie Jackson about facing what it was like to come back here, and Reggie opened up about the racism that he faced.
Yeah, here it is in today's Wait Till You Hear This.
How emotional is it for you to come back to a play that you played with one of the greatest teams around?
Alex, when people ask me a question like that, it's like coming back here is not easy. The racism that I played here, when I played here, the difficulty of going through different places where we traveled. Fortunately, I had a manager and I had players on the team that helped me get through it. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody. People said to me today, I spoke, and they said, you think you're a better person. You think you won when you played here in Concord. I said, I would never want to do it again. I walked into restaurants and they would point at me and say, "You can't eat here." I would go to a hotel and they said, "You can't stay here." We went to Charlie Finley's country club for a welcome home dinner and they pointed me out with the N-word. He can't come in here. Finley marched the whole team out. Finally, they let me in there. He said, "We're going to go to the diner and eat hamburgers. We'll go where we're wanted." Fortunately, I had a manager, Johnny McNamara, that if I couldn't eat in the place, nobody would eat. We'd get food to travel. If I couldn't stay in a hotel, they'd drive to the next hotel and find a place where I could stay. Had it not been for Raleigh Fingers, Johnny McNamara, Dave Duncan, Joe and Sharon Rudy, I slept on their couch 3-4 nights a week for about a month and a half. Finally, they were threatened that they would burn our apartment complex down unless I got out. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Baseball Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson on Fox yesterday opening up about racism he faced as a player in that broadcast, that game from Rickwood Field that was won by the St. Louis Cardinals 6-5 over the San Francisco Giants. And Charity, I grew up watching Reggie Jackson, so did Mr. T. And of course, Hank Aaron, who faced a lot of racism as he broke Babe Ruth's home run record. And as a white kid in San Antonio, I just thought of Reggie Jackson as Mr. October, this amazing baseball player, had no idea the level of racism he was facing day in and day out.
No, and that's why it's so important to hear these stories because a lot of people don't realize that the hurt and the humiliation that Reggie Jackson and so many others endured, and all they wanted to do was play the game they loved, and they did it so well.
Yeah, and to come, to just survive through all that racism and have the career that Reggie Jackson had was just amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it's a story that needs to be told.
Amen.
I think there's a generation or more of Americans who think, racism wasn't that bad or that racism is over. And God bless Reggie Jackson, and God bless anyone who has gone through just that level of racism. And may we evolve as a country and as a people and someday put that all behind us so it never exists again. Coming up, Mike Opelka from the Pure Opelka podcast. He's on assignment. He's got a gig in Philadelphia, but man, oh man, we've got more talkbacks from you that we will explore creative uses for those HEB plastic bags that you get. That's coming right up. WOAI News Time, 7:16.
And we're back. I told you my Reggie Jackson story, right?
No.
96 NBA All-Star game. We're down at the Alamo Dome. I'm working with Pat Rogers. I am down there. I just started working here like a year. I've been here about a year, and I was down there doing on-site producing with him. And Reggie Jackson was here because he was representing upper deck playing cards, right?
Okay.
I mean, trading cards.
Yeah.
So he comes and he's going to come on and do a segment with us. Well, Pat walks away and Reggie comes and sits down, and I'm talking to him. I'm in heaven. I'm talking to Reggie Jackson, and he hands me a sealed set of cards, baseball cards. Hands them to me and says, "Here, young man." So I took them and threw them in a bag. He was probably trying to give them to Pat Rogers.
Yeah.
But I put them in a bag and I walked away with those things, man. And I still have them sealed to this day.
That is
Yeah,
outstanding.
from 1996 season. I have no idea what's in there, and
Wow.
they're just sealed to put away. But yes, that was my Reggie Jackson, my brush with fame with Reggie Jackson.
Very, very cool.
And he was so cool. He was
Yeah.
such a nice guy, man. Yeah, he would be cracking up, Connie. You are correct. But he's on assignment. He will return Tuesday. He's actually working today and Monday in Philadelphia. So it's that time of the year where he's going to be in and out because he's very wanted.
Now, what do you tell you about that op-ed? It's just delayed?
Yeah, it's just delayed. He got bumped today, so I don't know when it's coming out. He'll let us know when it's going to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And it actually was a pretty good game, I have to admit. I went to sleep, it was 3-3. So I didn't find out till this morning who actually won, but those summer days. Oh, God, they're coming in, brother.
That's amazing. Yeah, the Mike Opelka podcast is called the Pure Opelka Podcast. You can find it on the iHeartRadio app.
Or wherever you get your podcast.
True.
But we recommend the iHeartRadio app.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm sitting on about 13 of these things.
Crazy.
I don't know if we're going to get them all in. I don't know when we're going to get them all in. We're going to try to roll through these as fast as we possibly can.
Okay. Yeah, I won't solicit. Normally I have Charity tell how to
we'll
do it. I
go
won't
straight to them
solicit
because
anymore.
We got to get through these, man.
Yeah.
I am weeding through the ones I don't think we're going to play. So
okay.
We got our pool guys in here. We got all kinds of people. So we got a lot to get to. Those summer days. I got to hear.
Jim?
Jim.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, and we are getting an overwhelming response to our talkback topic this morning. What are your creative uses for those white plastic HEB bags? More of that coming up. But first, Charity McCurdy, what stories are you following?
President Biden and Donald Trump are preparing for their first presidential debate set for next week. Look for more opinions to be released from the Supreme Court today. And some big name celebrities are in town for the Superhero Comic-Con. We'll have details coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, slight chance for shower, highs in the low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, highs in the low 90s. And then on Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun, a stray shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in low to mid 90s. 77 in New Braunfels, 75 in Floresville, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time 722.
San Antonio's first news. Normally at this time, we check in with Mike Opelka from the Pure Opelka podcast, but he is a man in demand. He is on assignment doing a radio gig in Philadelphia today. So we will check in with Mike next week. Nonetheless, this segment is brought to us by Randy Adams Incorporated. And we do have quite a few responses on our talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. We've been doing a story this morning about the city of San Antonio beginning in August will no longer let you put those white plastic HEB bags and other similar items into your recycle bins because apparently it affects the recycling machinery. So it made us ask you the question, what are some of your creative uses for those white HEB plastic bags? Mr. T, what do we got?
Let's go to the people.
Well, I don't have a dog or diapers, so I put those HEB bags inside of another HEB bag, carefully hung on a plastic hanger, purchased at HEB. Bag after bag after bag. I'm up to 6 coat hangers. I think I might have a problem. Have a great day. Tell that Kemper I said hello.
Tell Kemper I said hello. That's hilarious. And that's what I stuff bags into bags into bags, and then I throw them in a cabinet, and
it's infinity. They just never stop.
Keep growing. Yeah.
All right, let's go up to Austin.
Good morning, guys. Joey in Austin. You actually recycle those? I just thought they were free trash bags.
Yeah, HEB's giving me free trash bags.
Yeah, apparently in other Texas cities like Austin and Houston, they've already been prohibiting those HEB grocery bags from being recycled, or just in general, they don't hand them out. So.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to happen here soon. All right, let's go check in with Tabmaster.
Good morning, crew. Tabmaster here. While I can't think of anything really creative to do with those leftover grocery bags, other than the occasional little trash bag or sending somebody home with leftovers, nothing really comes to mind. But when something does, we will certainly be ready because we've been saving them things for years and we got a lot. Y'all have a great day, and let us not forget, roosters crow a little too loud and too early in the morning.
He does not like roosters.
He's got issues with roosters. Yeah, I wonder who in town has the most HEB plastic bags in their home.
We should have a contest.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
All right, let's go up to Blanco.
Morning, crew. Jerry here from Blanco. Those white go bags are pretty good for that bathroom trash can, like my brother said a minute ago. Going on a walk with your dog, real good. But mostly, Those white HEB bags hang in your laundry room really good. And you fill them up with HEB bags. And that's what we do. Y'all have a good one.
There should be a contest. How many HEB bags can you fit into one HEB bag? You know?
That's really good. I mean, because you can put a lot. All right, here's another one.
Good morning, y'all. This is Marco, the pool guy. So we have a few uses for those. Liners for your small trash cans, trash in the truck. But instead of spending your money, why don't you use those for your pet pooper scoopers? I think that's a savings there. Y'all have a good day.
He's right. That is a savings.
They're very, very pet friendly.
Just watch out for the holes in the bag. They'll cause problems.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one.
Tim, Charity, Chris, Steeler Rob here. I'm just talking about these plastic bags we get from HEB and Walmart when we order curbside or online. It just amazes me how they use one bag for one item, such as a ear of corn. But the uses for them are the granddaughter uses them with her Girl Scout friends for arts and crafts at classes. They pack boxes of Girl Scout cookies in those yearly that we use, so we save
them. All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
So many uses, and we've got more coming. Charity has everything you need to know at the bottom of the hour. Then the next half hour, national correspondent Rory O'Neill at 7:40 on the exploding national debt. 7:50, White House correspondent John Decker, latest number from swing states in the upcoming presidential election. WOAI News Time, 7:27. Woohoo!
And we're back.
We are back. 7:27.
Coming out of the sky. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Okay, we've heard that before.
Michael Board is here.
Michael Board with the news?
Yes.
Okay, I got it narrowed down to 3 already, man. With I don't know when we're going to play these other ones.
Yeah,
we don't have time. So here's what we should do. And I know this is probably not going to be political. Nobody's beating Lisa.
Correct.
So at 8:40, we'll say, here's your winner. And then we can do streaming suggestions after PAGs.
All right.
Yeah, because there's nobody going to beat her.
Yeah.
There's no possible way. I don't care if she's lying or not.
Yeah. It's the winner. No question.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
I agree.
All right, we're back.
Charity McCurdy coming up with
2 minutes.
all your big
2 minutes.
news.
2 minutes. God, that was great, though. Lisa, winner, hands down.
Yes. Now, how's she going to get the tickets by?
Well, they're going to send them to her because all the other people got theirs already. We've already got 2 people thanking us for their tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, she can do that when, somebody's on her back. I like that, Eric. Second and third place receive HEB bags.
That's good. We should do that.
I can bring a bunch.
I like it. We got one right here.
Yeah. You know, Tim, I don't know if they are because I haven't opened them. Don't know when I would open them. I think I was going to use them for my daughter's college fund, but I didn't. I decided to keep them. Yeah, booby bags. Okay. I'm done. Oh my God. 2 more, Chris.
Amazing.
3 more. Yeah, there. I can't. We can't play all these. Here comes Charity, everybody.
Okay.
$7:32 is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, forecasters are eyeing more tropical disturbances in the Gulf, and Trump leads Biden in fundraising. We'll have details ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few afternoon showers, a high near 90. Tonight's low 73. Right now, 75 degrees. Well, Alberto is done with Texas, but another storm is on its way. It's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico, and experts say 2 storms are bad news.
It can increase your flash flooding potential, especially if a storm moves through. Your soils are already very saturated.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they're watching to see if Alberto has sucked up all the energy out of the Gulf. That would make the second storm less intense. Currently, it has a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. At the very least, forecasters say there will be more coastal flooding. Well, former President Trump is now leading President Biden in the fundraising department. Fox's Sue Guzman has more on Decision 2024.
Donald Trump saw a surge of donations coming in following his recent felony conviction in New York. His haul for the month of May puts him ahead of President Biden now with $116.6 million in his war chest compared to $91.6 million for President Biden. Billionaire Timothy Mellon donated $50 million to Trump's MAGA Inc. super PAC. And former New York City mayor and businessman Mike Bloomberg donated $20 million to a Biden super PAC and also nearly $930,000 to the Biden Victory Fund. This, as the latest Fox News poll gives the president a slim 2-point lead over Donald Trump. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
A Florida judge is getting ready to decide if special counsel Jack Smith can remain on Trump's classified documents case. Judge Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee, will hold hearings today and Monday to determine if Smith can continue to lead the prosecution's case. Trump's lawyers say Smith's appointment is unconstitutional, while Smith claims Trump's team is trying to delay the case as long as possible. The former president faces 40 charges over his handling of classified documents after leaving the White House. Well, law enforcement in Houston have announced the arrest of 2 illegal immigrants from Venezuela who they say raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Here's Fox's Chanley Painter.
Police say that 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary was strangled to death by two migrants from Venezuela. One crossed the border illegally in April, the other in May, and that one, according to DHS sources, was released just weeks ago after he claimed that he feared for his life if sent back to his home country. Investigators used surveillance video to track the suspect's movements before and after the murder. Nungary's mother told Fox Houston, quote, "Hearing that the gentlemen that were in these surveillance videos, that they've been found, they've been caught and taken in for questioning. It was like the greatest news to hear this morning."
And this comes after authorities in Oklahoma arrested an illegal immigrant from El Salvador last Friday, accused of killing Maryland mother of five, Rachel Morin, and officers in New York City arrested an illegal immigrant from Ecuador accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at a park in Queens. Well, the city of San Antonio will soon no longer let you throw your used HEB or other grocery bags in your recycling bin.
San Antonio will join other Texas cities like Houston and Austin, who also do not allow HEB grocery bags or any soft bag-like plastics to be placed in their recycling bins. Austin had a single-use plastic bag ban, but it was overturned by the state. The state Supreme Court sided with merchants in 2019 that the bags fall under the state solid waste disposal law, which preempts any municipal ordinances. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, drivers who fill up the tank will notice the gas prices are starting to drift back up. Experts say this is simple economics.
We have supply going down a little bit, demand going up a little bit, and demand likely will continue to go up as we get closer to the 4th of July.
And Daniel Armbruster with AAA Texas says they don't expect much change over the next couple of weeks. So what we're paying now is the same we'll pay on the 4th of July road trip. The Car Club is predicting 5.6 million Texans and 71 million Americans will be traveling during Independence Day. It is 7:37. Traffic and weather together in a minute. But first, to check if your money and the world of business, Ed Corey is live at the Bloomberg News Desk. Thanks, Ed. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Here's traffic and weather.
San Antonio's first news. She's Charity McCurdy. That's Mr. T. Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon, spinning the summer tunes on this summer playlist Friday. Right now, let's check in with national correspondent Rory O'Neill. Rory, you've been tracking a new report about the U.S. debt, which is already sky high, but could explode in the next 10 years. What do you know?
Yeah, topping $50 trillion. $50 trillion. That's 50 trillion with a T in the next 10 years. That's according to new numbers from the Congressional Budget Office. And the numbers are jaw-dropping. And how this is addressed, or if it's even a topic of presidential politics, is still a big question. Keep in mind, the interest payments alone this year on the debt, when the debt is still only $34 trillion, but just the interest payments on that debt are more than we pay for national defense.
Wow. So, Rory, what are economists saying about this and how it could potentially impact the stability of our financial system long term?
Well, right. That's the big issue, is that if we keep on this trajectory when we really aren't facing a crisis, what happens when something actually goes wrong? You know, we're adding another $1.9 trillion in debt this year. And this is a time when the economy is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. It's not in a recession. We're not really at a war. Well, we're helping fund a couple, but we're not really at a war. There is no pandemic. So we're still going $2 trillion into debt this year. And that's what, some of these budget hawks are saying. What are we doing here? This is a combination, though, of overspending, and maybe we need to look at ways to raise more revenue, which is a polite way of saying tax increases.
So other than all the money we've given to Ukraine, where's it all going?
So many different ways. You know, we do spend $1 trillion essentially on our national defense. Some have said that we should look more carefully at the procurement process there. Social Security, Medicare, big parts of it, Medicaid in there as well, with some saying that significant reforms are needed. Even extending the retirement age for Social Security is something that has to be seriously considered in order to try to get a handle on some of these numbers.
Are either one of the political parties more focused on this debt, which is going to go over $50 trillion in 10 years?
Well, they're certainly both to blame for it. And, look, we haven't really had a budget come out of Congress in more than a decade, right? And the last time it was a balanced budget, Bill Clinton was in office and Newt Gingrich was the Speaker of the House. So it's proof that, opposite parties can come together and broker some of these deals. But we just haven't seen leadership, and instead a lot of fear-mongering on both sides if it comes to any either spending cuts or tax increases.
Our thanks to national correspondent Rory O'Neill. Coming up at 7:50, White House correspondent John Decker on the latest polling numbers from the all-important swing states in the upcoming 2024 presidential election. And Mr. T and Charity, we continue to get talkbacks from people on creative uses for those white plastic HEB bags.
Yes, we do. Here's another one.
Good morning, Tim, Charity, and Chris. It's Danny from Pipe Creek. With the plastic HEB bags, I work in physical therapy and we wear tennis shoes. So on days like today where the ground's really wet, I wrap those bags around my shoes like galoshes so I don't get my socks and shoes wet. Have a great weekend.
It's pretty smart, actually.
Wow. And during Snowmageddon, I used HEB bags as kind of snowshoes. I wrapped my shoes to walk in the snow.
Yeah, because nothing worse than get your shoes and your socks wet.
No.
All right, we got time for another one.
Good morning, San Antonio First News. This is Nathan. Those HEB trash bags got multi-uses for them. One's for picking up my dog poop on a walk. Can't leave it hanging around, so use that to scoop it up as long as they ain't got any holes in it. The other use, my kids like to use them as parachutes. Hook up a little toy to them, tie a few little strings, drop them down the stairwell. Guys, have a good day.
Okay, that's creative.
Yes.
That's creative. I like that.
But I think maybe dog poop is the leader in the clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
As far as uses for your HEB bag.
Yeah.
All right. Lots more coming. White House correspondent John Decker with the latest polling numbers on this presidential election. WOAI News Time, 7:44.
Okay. All right. We good, yo. Man. Oh my God, I still got 12 that we haven't played. And we're not getting to them. Sorry. Unless what time are we going to be out here? No. Holy crap.
Now this, I just wrote.
Oh, to just me and Charity?
Yeah, but I'll tell you in a second.
Oh yeah, here I can turn it off.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, then White House correspondent and attorney John Decker with the latest numbers from the all-important swing states in this upcoming 2024 election. But first, Charity McCurdy, what stories are you following?
Well, Tropical Storm Alberto left at least 4 dead in Mexico as the cleanup begins along the Texas coast. The U.S. Supreme Court will issue more opinions today ahead of the end of the month recess, and Governor Abbott is announcing a plan to beef up the state's mental health services. We'll have more coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, slight chance of a shower, highs in the low 90s tomorrow. Some clouds early, sunshine later in the day, highs in low 90s. And then on Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun, a stray shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in the low to mid 90s. It is 75 degrees in Floresville, Texas, 75 in Alamo Ranch, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 7:51.
San Antonio's first news. She's Charity McCurdy. That's Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. And next week is that first presidential debate on CNN, and the 2024 election now just 137 days away. Let's talk about Decision 2024 with White House correspondent and attorney John Decker. John, when we talked with you yesterday, we brought up that Fox News poll that has Biden suddenly kind of edging Donald Trump in the national vote, according to the poll. But you made a great point. It is the swing states that really matter and will really decide this election. What do we know about those swing states right now?
Well, that's exactly right. It is those swing states, those battleground states that decide elections. It's not, national polling. It's not the popular vote. So yesterday we got a swing state poll that was conducted by Emerson College and the Hill newspaper. It shows that Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden in every major swing state, including Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, and Nevada, sometimes by as little as 1 point, sometimes, as much as 3 points, but it's a lead nonetheless. And it gives you a sense about where this presidential race is just less than a week out now, actually, from the first presidential debate.
And John, it just goes to show, despite Trump's legal troubles, his support seems to be consistent.
Well, that's right. It does seem to be consistent. And he also got some good news yesterday when new campaign fundraising totals were released by both campaigns, and the Trump campaign far outraising the Biden campaign for this latest federal election campaign report. So I think that gives you a sense about the impact that conviction in Manhattan had on Donald Trump, his supporters coming to show their support for Donald Trump. And that's the reason why he had such a strong fundraising total that was released yesterday by his campaign.
So it's very important for each candidate to do very well in this first debate for the swing states to I guess, swing their way.
Oh, absolutely. Already President Biden is at Camp David doing that debate prep. I'm told he's going to be actually doing full run-throughs, like a 90-minute debate, not just going over individual topics, but going through essentially what you might call a preseason game for preparing for this upcoming debate. Donald Trump will not be doing that, I am told. He is not going to be doing full run-throughs. He's essentially consulting with people that he trusts, going through how to answer on certain topics that may come up during the course of the debate. But I think that both Donald Trump and Joe Biden recognize the importance of this first debate in terms of appealing to undecided voters that will ultimately decide who wins in November.
Yeah, I've seen some of the polling numbers, John, in these swing states that show Democratic Senate candidates and sometimes congressional candidates polling higher in those states than President Joe Biden. For some reason, there's more of a disconnect with the president than there is with other Democratic candidates. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's not a big surprise. In all honesty, I see this ticket splitting phenomenon happen over the past few election cycles. And the idea here is that, for certain voters, they may like their senator, who's a Democrat. And like in Ohio, for instance, Sherrod Brown. They may like Sherrod Brown. And there's recent polling which shows him up by 5 points over his Republican challenger. But Donald Trump far and away leading over Joe Biden in the state of Ohio. So people essentially coming to the determination, we'll see if this bears itself out on election day, but they say, you know what, I like my Senator Sherrod Brown, but I also want to vote for Donald Trump for president. So I think we'll see this ticket splitting happen in a number of states. Ohio may be one of them. Montana is another one with John Tester, who's a Democrat running for re-election. No question about it that Donald Trump will win in the state of Montana, but I think it's going to be a very competitive race in Montana as it relates to the Senate race there happening in November.
And as far as the issues driving voters, John, are the polls in these battleground states in line with the big issues nationally?
Oh, absolutely. It's jobs, the economy, inflation, and border security. And this is interesting because we did not see border security as a top issue in either the 2016 or the 2020 presidential election cycle. This election cycle, it is an important issue, and you can guarantee that this will be a big topic for discussion during next Thursday's presidential debate in Atlanta.
He is our go-to guy on all things Decision 2024, White House correspondent and attorney John Decker. As we roll forward at the top of the hour, Charity McCurdy has all the big stories you need to know about on this first full day of summer, Friday, June 21st. Then Randy Beamer on his way to Big Bend. Fridays with Beamer. We'll see everything going on in Beamer's world and more just after the top of the hour. WOAI News Time 7:57. All right. Fox News has Alana Springsteen, daughter of Bruce Springsteen, with a lot of airtime doing what they call their summer concert series.
See. No, I didn't even notice. We were talking.
So my question would be, what if we got like a thing in next gen, like just an empty card in next gen?
Okay, I did that before. The salespeople say that turns it into a non-live. Yes, no, I did that. I did that for about a year, and then somebody finally caught on to it because I would take all of Charlie's stuff. Here comes Charity.
8 o'clock is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, the cleanup begins following Tropical Storm Alberto, and more Supreme Court decisions are expected today. Details ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few afternoon showers, a high near 90, tonight's low 73. Get a move on. It is 75 degrees. Well, South Texas residents are cleaning up after the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season drenched the region. Juan Martinez with Cameron County Emergency Management is one of several officials assessing beach erosion following Tropical Storm Alberto.
We'll photograph it, we document that. That way we know what it looked like prior to and then afterwards. So we can prove that we do have erosion.
The storm brought heavy rain and flooding to the Texas coast yesterday, triggering power outages and road closures. At least 4 people were killed in Mexico as a result of the storm. And it's turning out to be a busy start to the hurricane season.
Alberto has finished messing with Texas, but another storm is on the way, and it's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico. Experts say 2 storms are bad news because right now the ground is soaked.
Then if another storm comes in, it won't take much to produce flooding.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they are watching to see if Alberto sucked all the energy out of the Gulf, and that would make this second storm less intense. Right now, he says it has about a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. I'm Beth Myers, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, President Biden and former President Trump are set to meet on the debate stage as they hope to convince voters to support them in the presidential election in November. Fox's Kevin Cork has more on Decision 2024.
Presidents Biden and Trump set to make history on the 27th of June, first presidential debate between an incumbent and a former president. It'll also be the very first debate for the two men since 2020. Ahead of the big showdown, the president will retreat to Camp David for debate prep, while the former president will conduct a big rally over in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, over the weekend. And speaking of the former president, he'll also get the final word at the debate, while President Biden, who actually won the coin flip, will get to stand screen right by choice.
It is the earliest presidential debate in history and comes before Republicans and Democrats host their national convention to announce their nominees. CNN is hosting next week's face-off. The Supreme Court, meantime, could rule on a major case that would impact Trump's legal battles. Here's Fox's Ryan Schmelz.
Prosecutors and former President Trump's legal team have been waiting since oral arguments in April to find out if the presumptive Republican nominee can use presidential immunity in his D.C. criminal case. The former president is on trial for allegedly trying to interfere with the transfer of power after the 2020 election. Prosecutors argue presidents have always been able to face criminal liability for decisions made while in office, while President Trump's legal team argues denying immunity would, quote, incapacitate every future president with de facto blackmail and extortion while in office. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Well, San Antonio residents say they want the city budget for fiscal year 2025 to prioritize streets and the cleanup of homeless encampments. A market research company surveyed more than 1,000 San Antonians in May and presented the results to City Council yesterday. Rounding out the respondents' top 5 budget priorities were services for the homeless, sidewalks, and police services. Affordable housing and animal care services fell out of the top 5 this year, though they still ranked high as high priority items. Well, thanks to over $1 billion earmarked in the last legislative session, Governor Abbott is announcing a bold new plan to beef up mental health services in the state.
Abbott announced 7 new hospital projects aimed at improving inpatient psychiatric services. Those projects will include expanding and renovating present facilities as well as constructing new ones. The San Antonio State Hospital is destined to get a new 40-bed maximum security unit NAMI San Antonio Executive Director Doug Beach tells News 4 he estimates 80% of the hospital's patients
are forensic patients, patients who are from the jail, from the criminal justice system.
and they have to wait up to a year just to see if they're able to stand trial. The Bexar County Jail is over capacity by around 400 inmates. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
The College World Series is set for this weekend in downtown Omaha. It'll be Tennessee versus Texas A&M in the finals. Both teams are competing for what would be the school's first NCAA baseball national championship. It begins tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. Game 2 will be on Sunday at 1 p.m. on ABC. And if necessary, a third game will be Monday at 6 p.m. back on ESPN. Well, it was a special night of baseball in Birmingham, Alabama.
For the first time, Major League Baseball played a regular season game in the state of Alabama. The oldest professional ballpark in the country, Rickwood Field, hosted the Cardinals and the Giants on Thursday night in a tribute to the Negro Leagues. The stadium was the home of the Birmingham Black Barons, where the late great Willie Mays got his professional start in 1948. Barry Bonds, the godson of Mays, spoke about his godfather prior to the game.
I started following him around when I was a little boy. I mean, every kid that I ever known, every one of us that ever came to the ballpark always wanted to be Willie Mays.
That was courtesy of Fox, as the pregame was filled with tributes to the Say Hey Kid. On the field, the Cardinals improved to .500 on the season with a 6-5 win. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
It is 8:06. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Traffic and weather coming up.
San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. We will check in with the one and only Randy Beamer. Fridays with Beamer. And Randy Beamer is on the road, headed to West Texas. We'll find out what Randy is up to and a whole lot more. Lots coming at you. But first, let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, slight chance of a shower, highs in low 90s. Tomorrow, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, highs in low 90s. And then on Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sun, a stray shower, thunderstorm, possible highs in the low to mid 90s. It is 75 in Alamo Heights, 78 in Del Rio, and 74 right here in Stone Oak. WOEI News Time 810.
It's my time of year. It's Mr. T's time of year. Charity McCurdy, not so much. She prefers October and pumpkin spice and cooler temperatures. It is San Antonio's first news. And on Fridays, we love checking in with the one and only Randy Beamer. You know him now as the host of On the Record on KLRN television on Thursdays at 7. They replay it on Sundays. All episodes on demand at klrn.org. And Randy Beamer on the road headed to Big Bend this weekend. Randy Beamer, what do you got going on?
Well, we'll get to that shortly, but I love to do important positive stories now. That's what I love to do. But what you guys have been talking about this morning makes me want to get Brian Collister back, have him work with KLRN, because we need to investigate some of these claims of what people are doing with their HEB bags.
Yes.
Okay, now, for example, I'm listening and I hear Lisa.
Yep.
About the booby bags and augmenting herself. Now, I'm just guessing that maybe she really wants to go see the Philharmonic Led Zeppelin thing, or she really needs a guitar. But unless she is a daughter or maybe a granddaughter of some girls I went to high school with, where there were no HEBs, I don't know. That's about as believable as one of you guys, and I expect this to happen because I know you guys love Led Zeppelin. But if you guys come on by the end of this show and say that your male enhancement is coming from HEB bags,
it just sounds uncomfortable.
I know. Sorry, I shouldn't have gone there, but I just don't think. I mean, okay, I have them in the bathroom and the things, and I understand the poopy bags for your dogs, but I think the incentives for people coming up with these may have just inundated you with some overly creative stuff. So I don't know.
And we love it.
Could we get maybe one of those voice analysis things to see if they're real?
Yes.
I'm just saying. I mean, I may have to call this whole Big Ben trip off.
Now, Randy, how do you use your HEB bags at home? What do you do with them? Where do they end up?
I have them, like most people, probably stuffed in the pantry cabinet or something. But see, I have a daughter from Houston, and she has done police work on my recycling because in Houston, they don't allow that kind of thing anyway. So I usually just take them back to HEB after I get about 300 or 400 of them. But I don't know that I heard yours. I was listening, trying to listen. But what do you people do with your HEB bag?
I use them for like suitcases when I'm traveling. It's easier to carry them.
Yeah.
Find it.
Yeah. And I use mine for the litter box. I use them to put wet bathing suits in when we're leaving the pool. I use them just for snacks, like a lunch box kind of.
Yeah. Laundry, dirty socks, and underwear. I just throw them in the HEB bag till we throw them in the washing machine.
I actually have some nuts and trail mix that I got at HEB still in a bag on the way to Del Rio. But I am shocked and amazed. This is like the quiz show scandal.
Well, I like the Brian Collister reference.
Yes.
Whenever Collister showed up with a big fuzzy mic to a local official, man, you were in big trouble.
Yes, and so I think I'll be calling him, and you'll see Big Fuzzy Mike and his big fuzzy hair. He'll be talking to Lisa. Did you get a phone number?
Oh, I've got all her information, Randy.
Okay.
More than we expected. Yeah.
The winner, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Who picks the winner? When are you going to do that?
Coming up at 8:40.
We're going to pick, but we think by acclamation, we think Lisa with the breast enhancement uses for HEB bags.
Yeah. Even if it's not true.
Yeah, we think she's going to win. She's going to win.
Okay, as long as it's by acclamation and not admiration. Anyway, maybe I'm a little sleepless, so this is probably why I'm rambling.
Well, I tell you what, Randy, we're going to take a quick break, and then we got to get to the bottom of this. Why are you headed to Big Bend this weekend? Randy Beamer, he's like Jack Kerouac. He's on the road, and we're going to find out why coming right up. WOAI News Time, 8:15.
Hey, Randy. Oh,
hey,
you won't be able to hear him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Unless I do this. Hang on. Hey, Randy.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
We can.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Very funny segment.
Yeah,
That was
and the
hilarious.
people on the stream can hear you as well. So just a little warning.
Yeah, everything we say is going all over the internets, plural,
yes.
as George W. Bush once said.
If you admit that this whole thing is some kind of scam and that your sister is Lisa.
Not true.
Not true.
Not true.
Like I said, even if it's not true, it's funny.
It's funny how these are the kind of things that people really respond to.
I know.
Oh yeah, we got
I've got
a ton of
that we're not going to get to.
Yeah.
What? I didn't hear all of them. I heard Lisa and the guy with the kids and his parachute.
Yes, and then there's a guy that uses them for like galoshes.
Well, and there is, and you anticipated it, Randy. There is a guy. I don't think we played it yet. Who talked about stuffing his pants with
yes.
them.
For the roided out guys, because what happens when you take a lot of steroids, that's what he uses them for. Yes.
Lisa, I'm just saying.
No, she's gonna win, hands down. She's winning.
But there's two different prizes, right?
Well, no. See, what happens is all the winners go into a hat, and they're going to draw, and somebody's going to win a guitar.
Oh, is it the guitar? I thought there was also the Philharmonic thing.
No, that's what the qualifying prize is, the tickets for the Philharmonic thing, and then one of the winners that won those is going to get a guitar.
Oh, so how many people get the tickets?
I'm not sure.
Oh, five all week.
Yeah, five all
we
week.
had essentially one to give away all week, but we started on Tuesday, so so total of five pair. Yeah.
Yes.
I knew that. I was just checking.
Yes. I know you're with
So your favorite is Lisa, I take it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hands down. And so the people on the stream have voted for her as well.
Have they, now did she record video of herself?
No.
We do not have video evidence, but that would be...
but we probably don't need it.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's good. What was the movie? Wasn't there some kind of teen movie where there was some kind of handful of Kleenex or something that came out of...
Well, yeah, I'm vaguely remembering. Is that Porky's? What was that?
Was it Porky's or was it Pretty in Pink?
It was like two adolescents and a guy is reaching into her bra and all the Kleenex came out. Yeah.
It sounds like a John Hughes movie, doesn't it?
It does. 16 Candles.
There you go.
Eric said it's 16 Candles.
I was close with the Pretty in Pink. Yeah.
I'm sure that Charity is all over that.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, that she's never probably seen that and would be horribly grossed out.
Are you keeping an eye on that?
Yeah, I'm watching it. You got 45 seconds, Chris. Hang on, Randy. I'm going to go ahead and bring you back down. We'll be right with you, okay?
All right, thanks.
That was nice bonus, Randy Beamer, for the... Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, then where in the world is Randy Beamer? First, Charity McCurdy, what stories are you following?
Well, President Biden and Donald Trump are preparing for next week's presidential debate. More Supreme Court decisions are expected to be released today, and San Antonians are voicing their city budget priorities. We'll have more coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy skies this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, slight chance of a shower, highs in low 90s. Tomorrow, clouds early, sun in the afternoon, highs are low 90s. Sunday, mixture of clouds and sun, stray shower, thunderstorm, possible highs in low to mid 90s. 77 in Terrell Hills, 77 in Alamo Heights, 76 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 8:21.
San Antonio's First News. He is longtime television news anchor, filmmaker, now host as well of On the Record on KLRN, Thursday nights, 7 o'clock, Sundays, and all the time online at klrn.org. Randy Beamer. But Randy, you are headed west toward Big Bend. What are your weekend plans?
Well, there's some water stories out there. I don't know. Have you guys ever been on one of those river tours?
No.
Out in Big Bend?
No.
No. Have you been to Big Bend?
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what it is?
I have
Yes,
not.
I have.
I have not.
Ooh.
You have not. You have to go.
I know.
Since the 80s, I've been going out there shooting stories. I've taken the river tours several times, and the whitewater rafting that you could do. You cannot do that now. In fact, there are no river tours right now. The water is so low.
Wow.
Partly because Mexico is using a lot more irrigation water than they're supposed to by treaty with the International Boundary and Water Commission, I think it's called. So they're not doing that, and they're actually, the tourism people are promoting, say, would you go on a hiking or a biking kind of trip or glamping? Because that's what they are kind of promoting right now. Are you a glamper, a hiker, a biker?
All of the above. I haven't gone glamping yet, but in my older age, I feel like that would be the way to go, most comfortable.
Well, the things they have out there right now, they have these geodesic domes. A lot of people, since the pandemic especially, and with the river down, they've built A-frames. They've built these geodesic domes. They have safari tents that you can rent, and they're not cheap. They're $200 to $300, some of them a night. But they're pushing that. And so I'm going to see how that works as well, how the glamping is. But I can see, I think I asked Mr. T yesterday when we were talking about glamping, and you're a glampist.
Well, look, I have 2 daughters and a wife that will refuse to go camping. So anytime we go camping when they were younger, it was always someplace with a nice cabin. So to me, that's glamping. That's not camping.
Well, you can go to Jesus Mountain Lodge. I think that's up on the top of the Jesus Basin, if you know where that is.
Yes.
And you can rent that. And they have regular hotels and things like that. Or Lajitas on the river, that's still a thing. But so I'm going to go out there and find out about that. If I don't, bring Brian Collister back to investigate.
So, Randy, are you like solo going to Big Bend this weekend? Is it just a man and his camera, or do you have a camera person or a crew? What, you're solo.
Well, I have dragged people out there in the past. My daughters showed up in a story from Big Bend. Have you ever been to Hot Springs? You know where the Hot Springs?
I have not been to Hot Springs. No.
It's on the river. It used to be a tourist attraction around the turn of the 1900s, 1910s. because there are literally hot springs that come out there. So I was sitting in this, and my daughters were also. And then I took them across. Have you ever been to Boquillas,
No,
Mexico?
no.
Have not.
There is now an official U.S. border crossing.
Oh, wow.
Right after 2001, I think they stopped the border crossing because it was just unofficial until about 2013. Then they opened up this thing where it's a very, very small thing, and there's a village across, and you go. You can literally walk across the river right now, or you can be rowed across. And then you get a burro and you go up to this. It's a beautiful little Mexican mountain village. And because it's in the middle of nowhere, it's pretty safe. So you go across. I'm going to see if that's still something that people do, and just how many people are out there right now, because tourism is supposedly up like triple compared to what it was like in 2018. And so the prices are up. Just people can't go tubing or rafting or anything like that.
And Randy, I imagine the best part is just taking in the gorgeous night sky.
Oh, it's beautiful. That's the one thing that we in San Antonio don't realize. Out in West Texas, where they have the McDonnell Observatory, they built it out there because of the beautiful empty skies, the dark skies out there. And with more development, that's been kind of a problem, but it's still so. I remember there was a comet. I was out there one time, and you could see it in the night sky. It's just gorgeous. So, would you guys go out there if you had time or is that like 8th, 10th on your list of vacations?
Nope. Oh, I'd love to. If I had
to go
time.
back. Yeah,
absolutely,
I'm
definitely.
down.
Well, I'll have to put some of this on KLRN possibly after the segment that I shot with you guys.
Oh, cool.
The investigative report on you guys.
And yeah, that's going to be very frightening. Randy, we are up against it, but we want to urge everybody, be sure to check out not only Randy Beamer on the record on KLRN, but check out his Facebook page, his social media. A lot of the great footage he shoots around Texas and San Antonio, you can find that on his social media as well. WOAI News Time 827.
All right, we're back.
It always goes long, though. It's always
I know.
hard to. There's so much to talk about with Randy, and we're up against the clock.
So
it's
hard to get all that in.
Hard to wrap it.
Remember when we used to do one segment?
Yeah. Great guy. We love him.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never been to the hot springs. I've been hiking
I
at
didn't
Big
even know
Bend.
the hot springs.
Yeah,
I didn't know
about
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't go across to Mexico. I was there with the church group, and they wouldn't let us go to Mexico.
I have a friend
who wanted to.
I think in New Mexico, like in the winter, he and his wife go. There's some hot springs in New Mexico that you'll go in the winter, you'll get in the hot. And it's like supposed to be amazing.
Like
it'll be nighttime under the stars.
Yeah.
It'll be freezing cold, but you get into the hot water, and you're fine.
Wow,
that sounds amazing to me. Would love to do that with some cocktails.
Yeah, definitely.
All righty, we are 30 minutes left
Yep.
in our week of radio. We haven't asked him that, Eric, yet, but we would love to do every Friday with Randy. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, he is.
We don't want to overextend him.
Yeah, we don't want to overuse him
or abuse him. But
yeah.
So now, do you want to just play Lisa?
Yeah, that's
give
it.
her the win, and then we'll
Yeah.
do streaming? Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, seriously, nobody's going to beat her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but there's nobody going to beat her.
Okay.
I think we're unanimous.
I will.
Don't you think?
I agree.
Because if you and me agree, then there's no reason to vote.
Yeah.
And plus, we're up against time-wise. We need to move on. And we're back.
Oh, there is what you could do with weekend streaming. There's a Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Oh, that's right. Is that
thing? I think it's on Netflix. Either on Netflix or Hulu. Because I saw it yesterday. We watched, and I got to find the name. Oh, it's called Perfect Wife on Hulu.
Okay. Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders documentary, right?
Yeah. Either on Hulu or Netflix.
Hang on, I'll find it.
Oh, let's see. Perfect Wife.
America's Sweethearts, Netflix. Okay,
Netflix,
got it.
Okay, and it just dropped. So you can say,
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but and I mean, who doesn't love
Just Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, man? Come on.
So, Perfect Wife, Hulu. I got to find the name of her. She,
It's a true story, right?
Yeah, it's a true story. She disappeared. She was abducted. She was found alive, and it's pretty good. So, Perfect Wife on Hulu. My wife and I watched episode 1 last night. It was pretty good. The Sherry Papini. How many? I didn't see last night how many episodes it was.
Oh, yeah.
Episodes. It is a multi-part series. It is. How many episodes? Come on now. There they are. There are 3 episodes.
According to Time Magazine, America's Sweethearts, that Dallas Cowboys thing is surprisingly infuriating.
Infuriating?
What it says.
Do they say why?
No, I haven't checked it out yet, but it's a video. All right, here comes Charity McCurdy.
.33 is our time. San Antonio's first news. It is Friday. Good morning. I'm Charity McCurdy. Among our top stories, forecasters are eyeing more tropical disturbances in the Gulf. Trump and Biden prep for next week's debate. Details ahead. First, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in mornings. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Friday: cloudy, a few afternoon showers, a high near 90. Tonight's low in the low 70s. Right now, 77 degrees. Well, Alberto is done with Texas, but another storm is on its way. It's taking a similar path up through the Gulf of Mexico, and experts say 2 storms are bad news.
It can increase your flash flooding potential, especially if a storm moves through. Your soils are already very saturated.
Tyler Castillo with the National Weather Service says they're watching to see if Alberto sucked all the energy out of the Gulf. That would make the second storm less intense. Currently, it has a 50% chance of forming within the next 7 days. At the very least, forecasters say there will be more coastal flooding. Alberto claimed at least 4 lives in Mexico. Well, former President Trump is heading into next week's presidential debate against President Biden, hosted by CNN with some momentum. Fox's Doug Luzader has more on Decision 2024.
In 6 key swing states, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Georgia, Trump has a lead in all of them, although in some the margin is extremely tight. And we're seeing a real split here in how Trump and Biden are preparing for next week's debate. Biden just left for Camp David last night for what appears to be several days of debate practice, while Trump prefers to have some policy briefings while he continues to make campaign appearances. And finally, the May fundraising numbers are in. The Biden team raised $85 million. The Trump camp pulled in a whopping $141 million. These are the first total fundraising numbers we have seen since his felony convictions in New York last month.
Meantime, the U.S. Supreme Court will issue more opinions today ahead of the end of the month recess. The court is yet to rule on Trump's claim that he's immune from prosecution for alleged crimes committed while president. Yesterday, the court upheld a Trump-era tax on foreign investments that was meant to stop Americans shielding their foreign earnings from U.S. taxes. Well, law enforcement in Houston have announced the arrest of 2 illegal immigrants from Venezuela who they say raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Here's Fox's Shanley Painter.
Police say that 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary was strangled to death by 2 migrants from Venezuela. One crossed the border illegally in April, the other in May, and that one, according to DHS sources, was released just weeks ago after he claimed that he feared for his life if sent back to his home country. Investigators used surveillance video to track the suspect's movements before and after the murder. Nungary's mother told Fox Houston, quote, "Hearing that the gentlemen that were in these surveillance videos, that they've been found, they've been caught and taken in for questioning. It was like the greatest news to hear this morning."
This comes after authorities in Oklahoma arrested an illegal immigrant from El Salvador last Friday, accused of killing Maryland mother of 5 Rachel Morin, and officers in New York City arrested an illegal immigrant from Ecuador accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at a park in Queens. Well, as San Antonio City Council heads into budget season, residents are spelling out what they want to see their money being spent on.
According to a market research company's survey of over 1,000 San Antonio residents, they want to see streets and homeless camp cleanups prioritized in the fiscal year 2025 budget. The survey was presented to council members yesterday. The remaining top 3 priorities for residents include homelessness services, police services, and sidewalks, which includes better lighting. Animal care services and affordable housing are still high priority items, but fell out of the top 5 this year. Council will go on a short break before budget negotiations begin. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
It is 8:37. Traffic and weather together in a minute, but first, to check of your money in the world of business, we welcome in Ed Corey live at the Bloomberg News Desk. All right, thanks, Ed. Enjoy your weekend. News at the top and bottom of every hour, along with breaking news as it happens. I'm Charity McCurdy. Here's traffic and weather.
Eddie Cochran. We're playing summer music on our playlist on this first full day of summer. San Antonio's first news. Somebody is going to win tickets to hear Led Zeppelin music with the San Antonio Philharmonic at the Majestic Theater Saturday night. We'll pick our winner from our talkbacks today. But right now, let's check in with Joe Pags from the Joe Pags Show, where this afternoon the big topic will be suing Big Pharma. Good morning, Joe.
That's right, Chris. It's happening here in Texas. The Attorney General Ken Paxton doing something similar. Now, Chris Kobach, who is the Attorney General in Kansas, is suing Pfizer, basically saying deceptive advertising, deceptive practices. We'll talk to him in the program. And Congressman Andy Biggs from the great state of Arizona, they're dealing with illegal immigration and an open border like we are here in Texas. We'll have him and more on the Joe Pags Show today at 5, right here, News Radio 1200 WOAI. Have a good morning.
You too, Joe. Have a good morning. Joe Pags Show, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. today and every weekday right here on 1200 WOAI. Well, Charity and Mr. T, our big question today was about the HEB plastic bags that you get for your groceries. There's a story out there after August or beginning in August, you won't be able to recycle them in the city of San Antonio in your blue bins, along with other similar items like bags from Walmart and elsewhere. And I think we're all in accord on the winner here today, are we not?
Yes, we are.
It's Lisa, and here's what it sounded like in case you missed it.
Hack for those HEB bags, and I call them the booby bags because I was not born with extra flesh on the top half of my body, which means I have extremely small boobies. And if you use those bags correctly, you buy a bra a little bit bigger than your normal size, which for me would be a B bra because I'm an A cup. And you just stuff those bags in there and you can put lots of them in to make those boobies really big.
Wow. Stunning and hilarious and creative. And how could anyone else win? So what is Lisa going to get?
She's going to get a pair of tickets to see the music of Led Zeppelin with the San Antonio Philharmonic Orchestra this Saturday at the Majestic Theater. Plus, she's in the running for a Michael Kelly guitar.
Very, very cool.
Man, I mean, if you ever need something to put your items in, just hopefully Lisa's nearby. She can just pull one out of her shirt. I mean,
Be like
perfect.
grandma
Yeah.
with the Kleenex in her sleeve. She's
Exactly.
got a bag for
Yes,
you.
nice and warm.
Lisa, I need to double bag this 6-pack.
Oh, no problem, Chris.
Okay, thank you. and always double bag your when you get champagne at HEB or wine.
Yes,
you wanna
always double bag it.
those.
Yes, definitely.
Things can go bad.
Yes.
All right, we like to with the weekend coming up, give you streaming recommendations, stuff to stream, movies, TV shows on your streaming services. Let's go around the horn. Charity McCurdy, what would you recommend?
I'm continuing to push Apple TV Plus Dark Matter.
There you
The
go.
season finale is next Wednesday, and it is worth trying to binge watch it over the weekend if you haven't started because it is just compelling.
Charity, my wife and I took your recommendation for Dark Matter. We love it. We're all caught up. We're waiting for the season finale on Wednesday. I totally agree and go with Charity's recommendation. If you're looking for something to stream, Dark Matter this weekend on Apple TV Plus. Mr. T, what do you got?
America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders documentary dropped yesterday. It's on Netflix, so I will watch it today.
You had me at Dallas Cowboys
I know.
Cheerleaders.
Who doesn't love the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders? Come on.
We'll check that out. Well, last night on Hulu, it just dropped on Hulu. It was number 1 on Hulu as of last night. It's a true crime documentary called Perfect Wife. Actually, it's 3 parts. It's a mini series. Perfect Wife, the mysterious disappearance of Sherry Papini, a woman who disappeared but was later mysteriously found
yes.
in Northern California.
That is mysterious, yes.
It's episode 1, very, very good. So I would recommend that. Cool.
All right.
Very cool. Coming up, a very timely earworm. Before that, headlines, traffic, weather, and more. WOAI News Time, 8:45. Okay, I'm not following this. Eric, you got thrown out of HEB? I'm trying to read back and see where that came from. Kay is canceling Sirius and Pandora and getting Netflix back. Probably a good choice. And Kay, you can listen to music on the iHeartRadio app. You get a few commercials, but not too much. Eric, I listen to them anyway. All I listen is iHeart on WOAI. Thank you for that, Kay.
We love you.
Good morning, David Hiller. Okay, all right, where did Eric say he got thrown out of HEB?
I don't know.
All right. Gee, Eric.
Is he not there?
Eric is. How did you get thrown out of HEB? By asking for booby bags. All right. I'm slow.
Okay,
I didn't
that's
get
funny,
it.
dude.
Can I have some booby bags? Thank you.
Are you Lisa?
Funny, Eric.
Did you not get the? Yeah, you were on it.
On what?
From Charlie?
I did. I know. I don't understand.
Okay. Just checking. Got thrown out for asking for booby bags. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Oh, that's funny.
Not answering your phone.
Yeah, we should be able to get a lot of this in.
Yes.
I gotta put my stuff away and get the hell out of here. Try to decompress before I go in for my thingy. I just hope they can figure out what the hell's going on, Chris.
Yeah, hopefully they will.
Bothering me, man.
There's Netflix popcorn.
I know. Come on, man.
It's actually smart.
I know
People will see that in the
exactly.
grocery store.
I know
Hey,
exactly.
I'll get some Netflix popcorn.
Well, what about HBO Max popcorn? What if I want to
there
watch
you go.
something on HBO Max? Where's my
Where's
HBO
my
Max?
Hulu popcorn?
I can't eat the Netflix popcorn watching HBO Max. My TV might blow up. Those damn skimmers, man.
That's so.
You know what?
pisses me off.
I hate.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it because you never know.
Credit cards need to create a better technology.
Yeah. You know, that chip does help because I don't know if the skimmers can do those yet.
Okay.
Yeah. See, they're working on it, I'm sure, Chris. We've been hacked. We've got ours stolen a couple times. That was phenomenal topic, by the way. She did really well.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, today's another 2-pager.
Wow.
Over 2 pages.
And they're really
no, they're
I think over time they're learning to do it and to be funny and
Oh yeah. And really, if Lisa made that up, good for her.
Yeah.
Good for
Hilarious.
her.
And I don't think she did.
I don't either.
It sounded legit to
We
me.
should call her. I have her number. You want to call her?
Sure.
Lisa, send us a picture. We want to make sure. Our eyewitness wants to know. Because I don't want to see Jeff Coyle show up there. Or Jeff Collister, sorry.
Brian Collister.
Brian, who's
with
Jeff
the fuzzy
Coyle?
mic.
Yeah. Jeff Coyle, Brian Collister. There you go. Yeah, I remember that big fuzzy mic, man.
Yeah.
Here we go. Bidenomics.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, then an earworm that is timely and will remind you how old you are. First, Charity McCurdy, what stories are you following?
The U.S. Supreme Court will issue more opinions today ahead of the end of the month recess. 2 illegal immigrants in Houston have been charged with capital murder in connection to the death of a 12-year-old girl. And the Superhero Comic-Con is underway in San Antonio. We'll have more coming up. Right now, traffic and weather together.
Cloudy this morning, sunshine, or partly cloudy this afternoon. Slight chance of a shower, highs in the low 90s. Tomorrow, cloudy early, sunshine in the afternoon, highs in the low 90s. And then on Sunday, mixture of clouds and sun, a stray shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in the low to mid 90s. 77 degrees in New Braunfels and 76 at City Base and 76 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 8:51. Well, every weekend we like to give you a weekend earworm to get those bad songs out of your head. Well, believe it or not, Purple Rain, the album, turns 40 years old on Tuesday. There's a big celebration going on in Minneapolis this weekend. So here is your weekend earworm. All right, everybody have a great weekend.
See y'all on Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.